I was saying, how long do we have, you said? Okay.
There's a lot of people around that have expectations, but nobody has higher expectations for us than us. Our number one goal is to compete for MVL championship against something that's only been done in 3 times in school history. So that's number one, and we expect to do that.
Cisse gets it, and he goes back the other way, and he's gone. You can ring it up. 6 more as he passes the line into the chalk for another score. His 3rd touchdown. Handoff, win the big game, he'd hold to the end zone, and he's across for the touchdown.
First and goal at the 5. Cisse, direct snap, takes it.
Looks for the Hogs up front to create the hole, and he got it. Touchdown again, Rashid Cisse.
His 3rd of the half and his 2nd on the ground in the quarter.
In the shotgun, he's going to fake it, and then he'll follow that in motion back toward the outside. He's got room, and
he just set the defense up so well.
MVL Game of the Week here on this Friday night playoff football action with Doug Clifford, Hank Alford. We're at Whirlwind Stadium. West Muskingum High School is the West Muskingum Tornadoes 9-1, hosting a playoff game here tonight against the visiting Union Local Jets. 6-4 coming in. Doug, you got West Muskingum riding high, 7-game winning streak, 3 shutouts during this winning streak, 2nd straight year to the postseason. Made some noise last year, winning their first ever playoff game. Looking to do it again, this time on their home turf in front of the home fans to prolong this 2023 season. While Union Local has lost 2 of their last 3, they're looking to get right and get their first playoff victory for their head coach.
Well, they play a tough schedule. I looked at their schedule. They play some rough and tumble teams. But their coach, Bernie Thompson, told me they've seen some good teams. They haven't seen anybody like Rashid Cisse.
Rashid Cisse, and we'll talk about him more later on. He's been do-it-all for this team. Senior leader, 39 touchdowns, which is an MVL record. He also has the most touchdowns in school history as well. He is basically the engine that makes them go.
Well, Matt, our director, told me that before the game, Union Local has 38 touchdowns on the year.
Put that in perspective.
So that's going to be their challenge. I talked to the defensive coordinator, Vaughn Butler, for Union Local, and he said they're going to use a combination of man and zone defenses against Cisse. So he knows he's up against it to stop that kid, and all their other weapons too.
Yeah, we're going to pop up with some stats for you between these two teams. The Tornadoes 9-1, the Jets at 6-4. And, when you look at it, the screen right there, Doug, you talked about the total TDs. The Jets 38 on the year. Cisse has 39 by his lonesome. And you see the rest all the way through, including the turnover areas, interceptions, fumbles forced. Playoff records overall for these two schools. 1 win each in their history. This is the 7th appearance for West Muskingum and the 6th for Union Local making the postseason.
Well, the postseason is a lot different than it used to be with the 16-team format. A lot of teams are getting in for the very first time. It will be interesting to see if the Tornadoes can bring home a win tonight on their home field.
Absolutely. This is Division 5 Region 19 action. West End is the favorite host team. They're the 5th seed. The visiting Union Local Jets are the 12th seed. We're going to go out to Abe Brownrigg, the head coach of the West Muskingum Tornadoes, leading you up to kickoff.
It's awesome. And I just talked to the players before we came out today about how, it's something to be proud of, something that, again, only 3 other teams in school history have done. And all that history stuff is cool, and I think something that we'll appreciate probably at a higher level once the season's over. But we're still approaching things as we still got some business to do, still some things to take care of. And, at this point, it's all about seeing how long we can go. It's about keeping this group together for as many games as possible, enjoying each moment, each day in practice, preparing the right way like we have been all year, and just seeing what we can get out of it. Really physical. They're a really well coached team. They've been pretty successful for a good while now. Kind of young. They got a freshman tailback, some sophomore skill players, a really good junior wide receiver. Up front, they're really big and physical, kind of really similar to us. Up front on both sides. So, we're going to have to play pretty dynamic offensively. They're pretty much 50-50 run pass. So we can't really kind of hone in on one or the other. We're going to have to play assignment football and play with great effort. We got to practice really well. We need to execute offensively. We're kind of putting in some extra situational stuff this week just to make sure that we've covered all of our bases. It's do or die time at this point. So some of those situations that maybe we don't talk as much about during the season, like last play situations, more, extra 2-point menus, things like that are all things that we have to add in and just make sure that we're ready to go.
With Doug Clifford, I'm Hank Alphen back here at Whirlwind Stadium. We try to get a grasp on things here as West Muskingum gets set to take on the visiting Union Local Jets in playoff action. And, we briefly mentioned Rashid Cisse and what a season he has had with the 39 touchdowns on the year. The school record was 55 touchdowns way back in 1968. He's also got that mark, too. He eclipsed that as well. When you take a look at the Cisse show on the stat line here, total yards, he's got 1,514, over 1,000 rushing on the ground. You see nearly 500 of those receiving. He also does other things, the intangibles. He has thrown for a couple touchdowns and over 100 yards passing, 13 out of 14 there, Doug. Very efficient when he chucks it downfield, and 2 INTs for pick sixes.
Well, he's deadly on the goal line when they go into that, where they snap the ball directly to him. He's liable to, throw the ball. They use that overshift formation where they have 2 wings and an extra lineman on that side. They just run through that power gap. So, but Windland is a tough back. Anton's a great quarterback. I mean, they have weapons everywhere.
They have all kinds of weapons, but you're seeing a Rashid Cisse highlight package reel, if you will, and this one could probably go on for quite some time. We're shortening it up. Maybe we get all 39 touchdowns. Maybe we don't. Regardless, leading up to kickoff, he is the main man that Union Local will have to try to shut down here tonight. And if West End wants to move on, you're obviously going to feed him the pigskin.
Wow, do you see all those broken tackles against the Ceramics? Unbelievable.
So he had 39 touchdowns during the year. He just scored 4 touchdowns in the season finale against Meadowbrook to break the record formerly held by New Lexington running back Drew Cannon since 2001 as he went into that game with 35. You saw a game about a month ago, and I had missed that one. You called that one with Kevin down in McConnellsville. He had a school record for one game with 6 touchdowns.
Well, what I can't get over is the burst of speed he has all of a sudden. I mean, he'll go laterally, and then he puts that left foot in the carpet, and he's gone.
And you see more of Cisse as he continues. We're going to hear from Mr. Cisse as well, from the man himself, as we should. In his senior years, he looks to continue his team on the winning way. 9-1 is one of their best regular season records ever. 1968, the Tornadoes, 55 years ago, went 10-0. More on that note later on. But right now, Rashid taking in every different direction in this.
Well, look at on this run. That wasn't supposed to be an outside play. It's supposed to go up the middle, but he just kind of fought his way through there and just broke it to the outside. Birkin tackle there. Birkin tackles here. Look at this. This can't be a touchdown. This can't be a touchdown. Well, he just got tired of running on that one.
The only loss in the year for West Muskingum was back early in the season in week 3 to an undefeated 10-0 Garraway Pirate team, 28-0. Oh, by the way. So that was a game where Cisse didn't score, one of only when you add it all up. And there he gets a long bomb down the sidelines. We're just a few moments away.
I think we saw that game.
Here from the opening kickoff. So with that in mind here, these two teams about set to get it on. The Union local Jets. You know, you had to invade town about an hour west on I-70, located in Belmont County. They coming off of a loss last week to a rival Barnesville team, 10-0. Mentioned they've lost 2 out of their last 3. They started the year 3-0, still finished with this winning record of 6-4, and they've replaced some veteran leadership from last year at the skill position, especially at quarterback and running back, and they filled them in admirably with youth. A sophomore quarterback and a freshman running back lead the way on offense.
My brother saw them play last year when they played Portsmouth in the playoffs, and he said they're well coached. He said their players are where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there. He said they were a team without a star. I asked Coach Thompson about that prior to the game. I gave him that review that my brother had made because my brother works for the radio station down there.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, that's us. He said, and we're still that way. He said, so we depend on teamwork and discipline, and that's how we win games. And the teams, their 4 losses, they've lost to 4 pretty good teams.
We're talking 4 playoff teams, in fact, Doug. They lost to the 10-0 Barnesville Stramix last week, a pair of 8-2 teams. St. Clairsville is one of them. Oh, by the way, Harrison Central, shout out there, an 8-2 team, and that goes out to J.T. Raymond's alma mater, by the way. A lot of alma mater talk tonight.
No doubt.
With Union locals come up. You mentioned Portsmouth, where you went to school at last year. They lose by 2. 2 years ago, they lose to my high school alma mater, John Glenn, by 2 touchdowns 2 years ago.
It's just a matter of time until we have a reference to Kevin Bacon.
So coincidental to see if Union local can start on the right foot this year. West Muskingum would like to do that in front of the home crowd. Everyone's amped up. They win the small division title, going unblemished, 7-0, 9-1 regular season overall. Again, that only lost to Garraway.
Oh, short kick.
And we're underway with that short kick. You mentioned, Doug, and West End able to corral this one at their own 36-yard line, just a second into this one.
Well, I don't know if that was done purposely or that was just a miss-hit on that kick. But that was that looked like an injured pigeon trying to make a landing.
Coach Nate Brownrigg in his 4th year, former assistant under Justin Buttermore at Tri-Valley. He's also been at Zanesville with an assistant there, and he's had some great years in the past few years, taking the Tornadoes to the playoffs again last year and again this year, just missing in 2021 with a 6-4 record. Out of the gun, Anton's going to get it. He's going to hand it off. It's Carter Winland, the power back. And Winland, you're going to hear his name plenty tonight, only gets a couple.
Well, the Union local coach told me their strength is their 3 senior linemen that play on offense and defense, and that was a show of that right there. Nice stop by the Jets on first down, 2nd and 8.
Coach Brownrigg, 2-8 in his inaugural year here at the school in 2020, 6-4 in 2021. Just keeps getting better. 8-2 regular season last year, finished 9-3, and now 9-1, looking to get double-digit wins tonight with a victory. And to move on, Anton rolling right, moving on with a pass, and he found a guy over there near the sidelines, but out of bounds.
He caught the ball. His feet were in bounds, but the ball was being juggled, and he didn't control the football until he was out of bounds. Good call by the referee on the sideline.
Sophomore Tavin Bennett, 6'2", 180-pounder, unable to get that one in time with the bobble. This will mean 3rd and long.
I thought Anton should have thrown it sooner. I mean, he was clear. He had no pressure. The receiver was open on the sideline waiting for the football. Anton held it just a little too long.
3rd down and 8, your first 3rd and long situation of the night. Opening minute, 11:19 showing, first quarter clock. Anton's got time and protection. Now goes to his right, looking to throw on the run. Does so, sideline, incomplete. As the man tried to come back for it, and the receiver was Connor Hill, one of his favorite targets, the junior wideout. And it's 4th down, and that's a 3 and out as the Jets defense does a nice job.
3 and out without Cisse touching the ball. So primarily decoy in that first set of downs, and it didn't work. No first down here. Punting situation.
Your first punt of the night. Comes less than a minute into the contest, and back to kick it is Cam Fowler, 6-foot senior. Also plays wide out on offense for the team. And a good one at that in DB. defensive back on defense. He'll boot it with the left foot. High kick, short. The Jets are going to let this one go on the bounce, out of bounds. Good punt, an angled punt.
Yes, it was. Outstanding punt. Got a great bounce, kicked it to the sideline. Absolutely no chance of return. Really no chance to return, maybe even to catch the ball.
So we flip the script. We get to see the Union local Jets on offense for the first time now here in this opening quarter. Minute gone by, not the start you want for the Tornadoes. With what they did on the offensive side of the ball, just a couple yards, 3 plays and out. But this defense of West Muskingum that gives up under 17 points a game, pitched 3 shutouts in weeks 5, 6, and 7 consecutively, looking to get right. Remember, just 2 weeks ago, if you've been following the West M or the MVL, they gave up a 56 spot at Coshocton, but won that game by a digit. 4 receivers, 1 lone back, handoff to the freshman tailback, and he's got a hole, and he fought through 1 tackler to get a first down before being taken down past the 30.
It's an interesting difference in strategy. Coach Brownrigg didn't use his hammer in the first series. Coach Thompson says, here's our number 1 guy, you got to tackle him.
Bernie Thompson, head coach for Union Local in his 6th year, made the playoffs each of the last 3 after not doing so his first 3. Turned the program around, much like Nate Brownrigg struggled at the outset to get his feet wet and get what he wanted installed and instilled with the team. Again, same look, 4 receivers, 2 each side, 1 lone back in that freshman back, Przanowski.
That was a busted play.
And we have a flag at the end of it as getting thrown down is Colby Carpenter, the sophomore quarterback filling in this year for Union Local.
You know, I've always wondered about that because we never signal plays in back in the day of leather helmets and whatever. But if you don't get the right signal, if you read the signal wrong, that time the running back stood up to pass block. And the quarterback was trying to hand him the football, and he didn't even know it. And then the quarterback ended up running around the end. They pick up a penalty.
Just a little bit different with the leather helmets and being able to call the plays through now.
I mean, he was like, run left.
So with the penalty on the Jets, that'll back them up. They started to sustain some momentum, it seemed, here at the outset, defensively to start it. And then the first run play by Przanowski for double digits. Speaking of Przanowski, the freshman, 182 carries on the year, over 1,100 yards, 1,113 yards, and 8 touchdowns, over 6 yards a carry. He has definitely worked himself into this offense nicely in 2023 for Coach Thompson. It'll be 1st and 21 after they mark off this penalty. Back at the Jets' 22-yard line, 10:27 left to go in our first half.
Well, they're taking forever to get this play ran. I mean,
It's a down marker problem.
we see. We hear the press box crew tells us we have a problem with the down marker.
It's funny you mentioned the down marker here, Doug, last week. You mentioned elasticity. It's the elastic of the chains and how those games play out in Sheridan, New Lex, down in Perry County.
Yes.
Here we have a problem with the chains where we're not exactly sure. Maybe we have a busted chain. Regardless, they'll set things up. Slow start to this one here at Whirlwind Stadium. Scoreless game. Jets will go with 3 receivers to the left in the 4-receiver package. The lone tailback, again, is Przanowski to the left of the quarterback, Carpenter. Working out of that direct snap shotgun. Look. 3 down linemen for West M. They bring it back from the end. It's a handoff. It's a draw play to Przanowski. He's got another gaping hole. He's got a first down and more. Past the 40-45. Near midfield over on West Muskingum's side of the territory as he picks up about 30 yards on that carry.
You know, you're in postseason play now. Everybody's good. I mean, there aren't any of those 0-9 teams in this division. Maybe in Division I, I saw some of those things. That's pathetic. But I mean, these guys are good. They're battle tested. They're playoff tested from last year. They know what this is about. The Tornadoes better shape up.
And some of the personnel obviously has changed. They lost some big senior leaders from a year ago in their playoff team. They have filled it well, and they got still that coaching staff back on board again as they continue to impress. Out of the gun, 4 receivers again. Fires as he's hit in coverage, and it's knocked down.
Great coverage that time by the Tornadoes.
Connor Hill, that's right, was on the coverage there, a one-on-one, as that one falls harmlessly incomplete. It nearly stayed on that Jet back for long enough.
Oh, he was right there. I mean, the ball was slightly underthrown, but it wouldn't have mattered. Connor Hill was all over that guy. Great coverage.
We have 2nd down and 10. The play before netted 29 yards on the run by Perzanowski. They'll remain in the backfield. 3 receivers at 4 out to the left. Handoff, Perzanowski. Good defense, solid defense by West End. Their best defensive stop on him so far.
Oh, no doubt about it, and hometown fans love that play. That's a gain of 1. I think he's averaged at least 15 yards per carry.
3 carries already for Perzanowski. And he's already got near 45 yards, like you said, about 15 per touch.
You know, if the Tornadoes hold them here, I really, we don't know anything about their tendencies to whether go for it on 4th down or not. But with a team with the offensive weapons that West End has, I got to believe they'll force the Jets into a punting situation.
Same look, rolling left, throwing sideline, out route, caught at the 45, coming back to it. Couple shimmy shake moves, and finally down at the 42-yard line is the receiver, Dre Saunders, 5'11", 150-pound junior. He's one of their weapons at wideout, and he showed it.
Boy, that was some serious moves on that catch. And he may be tempted. Coach Thompson may be tempted here. I mean, their defense looked pretty good in the first series. I don't know, Coach. Well, my conservative coaching nature would say punt that thing deep, but they're going to go for it.
Saunders is the team's leading receiver, 35 catches, 601 yards, 7 touchdowns, shy of the first down.
Look at that. The receiver stayed under center. They're just trying to draw him off sides.
On 4th and 3.
They're not going to run a play.
Extra barking, and they did not do so. Like you said, Doug, just trying to see if they get the Tornadoes to overcommit. Timeout called by the Jets. 8:42 left to go in our first frame.
Well, people like to think great coaching is calling the exact right play at the exact right time. That was good coaching right there by both teams. The Jets came out. They put a man in motion. He stopped at the center. He went under center, started calling cadence, tried to draw the defense off sides. The defense looked like they had feet in concrete. Great job, great discipline by the defense that time. Outstanding coaching.
So the Tornadoes on offense go 3 and out, punt the ball away. On this set of downs here, first series for the Jets, they have marched down into West Muskingum territory, but could see it stall out. 4th and 3, interesting with the timeout if they decide to go for it, or if they come out and punt it away to West End, as they elected to try to draw West End offside. Did not work. A lot of playoff action going on tonight besides this one, of course. We have in Division III Regional 11, Buckeye Valley at Tri-Valley. Scotties are rolling at 8-2 going in that one. They host that one in Dresden. John Glenn on the road also in D3 Regional 11 at Bell Fountain. Muskies 8-2, lost last week to Tri-Valley. More on the other matchups on the next break. 4th and 3, they're going to line up to go for it. It appears so. With a shotgun look, 3 receivers, handing it off to the back. And he's going to be shut off for a moment. Hesitation move, trying to hit the corner, can't get it. And the Tornadoes defense turns them over on down.
Well, a player came back and peeled back and made a nice block on one of the defenders for West End, and I thought that might pop the running back. But a couple guys came out of the secondary like torpedoes and made a tackle. Great play by the Tornadoes, great field position as a result.
Perzanowski again, the ball carrier. His 4th carry on the opening drive. First 2 went for double digits. Last 2, the Tornadoes swallowed him up for a yard. And most importantly, right there on 4th down, holding him less than 3.
I'm a little surprised that you burn a timeout and then you go for it. I thought they would call the timeout and then punted the ball deep, made it a long field. We saw the short field advantage last week with New Lex and Sheridan, and both teams took advantage of that. So here we go, short field for the Tornadoes.
Speaking of those 2 teams, New Lexington also in Division 5 action tonight at Harvest Prep up at Canal Winchester. The winner of this game gets the winner of that game. Sheridan and Morgan in a rematch at Thornville tonight. Rematch of Week 4. Sheridan won by 16. That's in D4, Region 15. Philo's game at Bishop Hartley was forfeited, canceled due to illness. So the electric season done prematurely. Here's a flip. Here's Cisse's first touch. And Cisse's taken down low for a loss at the 41.
Boy, that was your basic, what we would call an ankle bite tackle. Number 24 came out of the secondary for the Union Jets, Billy Schumacher. Nice tackle.
One other local team in action, if you're not counting the Ridgewood squad up in Coshocton County, you have the Bishops of Rosecrans on the road at River in D7.
And the Miller Falcons are playing somewhere.
Yeah, so depends on how far you want to expand things, right?
Yep.
around the area. Here we go, though. 2nd and 12. Tornadoes, after losing to a Cisse, will go back to Carter Windland, and Windland explodes left side of the line between the guard and tackle near midfield.
Man, he is your basic north-south runner. He does not mess around. I mean, that's such a contrast with Cisse, where you have to constantly maintain leverage. With Windland, you just better get ready to take a hit.
So Windland nearly picks up half the yards needed for the first down. They'll place it to 49, 3rd and 4 as he gets 8. Got to get over to the other side of the field. The Jets 47 to move the chains to keep the drive alive. It's a fake to Windland, and now Anton for the first time takes it himself forward and appears to have the first down as he leaned backwards into that one.
Chains are moving. Great call that time by West M staff.
First down of the night for these NATOs as they cross over the Jets territory also for the first time.
You know, when I talked with the defensive coordinator for the Union Jets, Coach Butler, he said, you know, they have so many weapons. So we have to stop Cisse from making a big play, but he said it's not like he's the only guy that can hurt us. Well, here comes that crazy formation with 2 wings in the off-tackle hole, and here comes Cisse.
Cisse looked right, went left, and he gets about 4 to the 42 as he put on those dancing shoes and cut hard. 2nd and 6 as they try to work it down the field of a scoreless game nearly midway through of our opening quarter of this playoff game.
No deception on that play, buddy. We're going to put all of our blockers over here, and we're going to give the ball to the best athlete in the conference. Good luck. Tackle him.
So 2nd down. Cisse remains in that wildcat look for the direct snap. He's going to get it. He's going to tuck it at the last second. Windland, right sidelines, first down with ease and more as he gets chopped down and bobs the head inside the 25 with enthusiasm.
Gannon Kearns may have saved a touchdown on that play. Well, that was a great read by Cisse. He held that ball in the stomach of Windland as long as he possibly could, and when he saw what he wanted to see, it looked like Windland had the running lane. He gave him the ball, and he definitely had the running lane.
And so Carter Windland, great 1-2 punch, the Thunder and Lightning. He's the Thunder. Cisse the Lightning of that backfield. Cisse back there with Windland yet again as they mark it at the 24 of the Jets. They'll shift over with Windland to the right. Fake. Cisse keeps. Looks for blocking. Got it. And he's got another first down for West M near the 12 as he gets half the distance to the goal from the 24 to the 12.
Well, I'll tell you, that is some excellent play calling there. They run a play, then they fake the play, then they come with play action off of it. Boy, this is a tough team to defense.
So they are on the move on their second offensive possession are the Tornadoes after going 3 plays and out and a punt on their opening trip. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left to go and counting. First quarter. Got a man in motion. That's Hill. Cisse takes that direct snap to get.
Oh.
He'll go to the right with a hezzy inside the 5, and he's just shy of the paint for a score, which would be number 40 on the year if he gets it. He was just short.
Did you see the defender that was in the hole and was going to make the tackle? And Cisse put a move on him, and he just fell on his face. I've never seen a defensive player just fall flat on their face. No one was blocking him. He had Cisse in the hole and could not begin to touch him.
It will be another first down, 10 yards to be exact for Cisse on that carry.
There's the shift.
2 yards from scoring your first points of the game to Cisse. Right side, coast right on in for the touchdown. Your first points of the game with 4:36 left to go in the opening quarter. Belongs to Rashid Cisse, his 40th of the year. NATO's now waiting for the PAT.
You have to stack your defense inside. To have so many blockers in the off tackle, you have to be there and stop that. And Cisse just goes to the outside. That burst of speed, and he's gone.
It was the Cisse drive and Cisse show right here. In drive number 2, he didn't touch it the first time they had the football. 3 plays and a punt. Plenty of work this time, and he caps it off. Extra point on the way. It's deep enough and good enough. And
Silas Kuhn.
Your favorite kicker in the
Yes,
league.
he is.
Blast that one through the pikes. 7-0 West Muskingum. Off to the start you want after a shaky beginning.
Well, think back to how this drive started. Union Local went for it on 4th down instead of making it a long field for the Tornadoes. That's you just can't do that with these guys. They have too many weapons. When you can take your quarterback out of the game and march down the field with Wendland and Cisse pounding the ball off tackle and around the end and score, you just can't give that team a short field.
Cisse finishes a 57-yard drive for the Natos with that 2-yard touchdown run, and you're right. Carter Wendland was sprinkled in with a couple of nice, solid runs, bringing that Thunder Lightning to fruition on that one.
Oh, the more I see Wendland run the football, the more impressed I am with him. I mean, he is tough. I mean, he's a tough running back, no doubt about it. You get your money's worth when you tackle him.
You're immersed in the MVL Game of the Week presented by Community Bank here at Whirlwind Stadium. Division 5, Region 19 opening round matchup. Winner gets New Lex or Harvest Prep next week. Here's the kickoff, bobbled around, and the Jets lucky to maintain possession on their own 26-yard line, just having to pounce on that football.
I always wondered, the guy who invented this game put points on the ball. No other sport had points on their ball. And he must have been a real, he must have been a real joker. He said, let's make this ball pointed. That'll make it fun. That kid couldn't pick that thing up with a net.
Fortunately for Union Local, they will have the football after nearly giving it back over to West Muskingum down a score. Out of the gun, handoff to the running back. No running room again. However, he finds a way out of there somehow, some way, Doug, and gets near the 35-yard line.
I mean, I'm looking at the line of scrimmage thinking, is that going to be a 1 or 2 yard gain? And I didn't hear a whistle. I thought, man, blow the whistle. That kid's going to get pounded. He's going around the outside. Well, their one drive, that penalty hurt them. The kid here on the sideline caught a pass and almost got away for the first down. So they've had some offense tonight. It's not like they've been 3 and out.
You're starting to see, though, the freshman running back and Perzanowski, though, trying to get worked up. He's got a handful of carries, but West Dem is able to maintain pretty good handle on him the last 3 trips that he's touched it. Here's a pass left side, up in the air, caught at the 39. Cisse, he overread that one, or he might have had another pick 6. He's had 2 this year, but instead it's a first down.
Well, he was thinking interception all the way. West Dem had a blitz going on. They were in man cover. Ball was delivered on time. Receiver caught it at the highest point. Well-executed play, first down.
So here come the Jets as they near midfield. They crossed over to West Dem territory on their opening drive, but it stalled out, failing on downs. We will have some scores as we get them around the area. I want to appreciate Ted Snyder for all of that. As usual, always can count on him for it. Here we go with 3 receivers, 2 to the right. Again, Perzanowski in the backfield. Now you have man in motion right to left. Think run play. They will.
Nice block.
Perzanowski, and Perzanowski is going to be bottled up shy of midfield.
Alex Beaver, the guard, number 63, came out, had a great kick-out block on the last man on the line of scrimmage, but the defender from the inside sealed that play, ran their lines, and made the tackle. Good play, 1 yard gain.
It'll be 2nd down and 9.
That looked like it was going to be a big gain to me when I saw 63 come out and blast this guy out here on the end. The hole was there, but it filled quickly.
Let's see if the Tornadoes can continue some momentum right here. Or will the Jets try to get the tie-breaking score on this offensive trip? Out of the gun, rolling to the right, looking to pass this time. Here's the quarterback, Carpenter, downfield, one-on-one coverage. It's airborne.
It's caught.
Caught. Yes, it was right near the 20, just outside the red zone to the 21. There is a penalty marker, though, down on the field.
Okay.
Back at the line of scrimmage. We'll look back.
It'll come back.
True indication of holding. It is. Big loss.
Well, that's going to negate a great catch down the field. That's the second penalty. It could be turn out to be a drive killer for the Jets.
Here you see the replay brought to you by the Ohio Educational Credit Union. Would have went for 31 yards, but all for naught due to the flag.
Well, I saw a blue jersey getting stretched pretty good that time, so I don't know if that's what they called a holding on, but that jersey, it was going the wrong direction.
And so after the penalty, they mark it back to the Jets' 37-yard line.
I think they were in this situation before, and they ran a draw play.
2 minutes, 12 seconds, and moving. Opening quarter, looking to pass.
Not this time.
Carpenter got time, protection, middle of the field, in traffic, and it was overshot for his intended receiver. He was looking to go to Billy Schumacher, who's 6'1". He needed to be about 6'5" at least.
Well, Billy was surrounded by blue shirts and blue helmets. That was kind of a throwback. Quarterback rolled to his right, looked back for the split end coming across the middle, and he was surrounded.
Now head coach Bernie Thompson and his Jets. He sports an overall 21-39 record coming in, 0-1 in the playoffs. He was suspended last year and did not have a chance to coach in the loss to Portsmouth, trying to get his first ever playoff win. Has a 3rd and 20, and Carpenter passing downfield has his
That's
man
caught.
First down. Look what he found downfield.
Look at that catch. The defender is right where he should have been. He was right behind him, but he wasn't quite close enough. The catch was made. That's a second leaping catch like that down the field. Well, they're not afraid to throw this thing up in the air, Hank.
21.
Man, oh man.
No, they're not. 21 yards when they needed 20 on 3rd and 20 to Dre Saunders, who now has a couple of catches in the quarter. And now the Jets are on the move back in tornado territory. Deepest penetration of the night. It stalled out here on their first drive. They failed on downs. They'll go back to Perzanowski. He found a little bit of a hole, and it gets swallowed up after gaining 4 to 5 yards.
You know, I think in the stat sheets we have, he averages about 6 yards a carry. That's about what he got there, maybe. That's their offense.
Give him 4 to the 38, and you're right, 6.1 per carry for Perzanowski coming in. As they go back to him, been a busy tailback in this quarter. Already a half dozen carries. 4 receivers, 3 to the left. Go back to Perzanowski, bounces it out right side, short side of the field. As he gets close to the sticks, he took a crack at about the 36, stopping that momentum. He'll be shy of that first down by a few.
There's a nice tackle on that far side. Somebody came out of the secondary, made a nice, that was a stop. That wasn't just a tackle, that was a stop.
Spot at the 36, that means need 4 yards for a first down, 3rd and 4.
Well, I don't think we're going to see a punt here, but if they don't make it.
Could be your final play of the quarter. We're inside of 25 seconds. Carpenter, long snap count, gets a quick read, pass middle field on slant, caught, first down, and here come the Jets banging inside the red zone, threatening at the 20.
Great call, play action pass, little skinny post over the middle, wide open, nice throw, nice catch.
Logan Hess, number 12, 8 catches only on the air for 63 yards and 1 score. Makes a big one count on 3rd down to end our opening quarter of a 7-0 West Muskingum lead.
And the Jets are marching.
So when we come back to start the second quarter from the MVL Game of the Week presented by Community Bank, playoff football action in Week 11, late October, Halloween around the corner. West Muskingum up by a touchdown, but the Jets are threatening. Back with quarter 2 right after this. Back here at Whirlwind Stadium, playoff football action. The hosts tonight, the West Muskingum Tornadoes, the winners of the small school division, 9-1 coming in. Winners of 7 straight with a 7-0 lead. Union Local Jets threatening
as they are at the 20-yard line after picking up the first down reception in that first quarter. They go back to the ground game with Perzanowski, and Perzanowski's not going to go anywhere but maybe a yard or so to the 19-yard line, taken down inbounds.
Well, he has that little stay on the hip and never dip. He just makes that little fake dip into the line of scrimmage and bounces it out. We have a timeout, the referee's timeout.
Here early in the second quarter with 11:46 left to go until halftime.
We have a tornado down way across the field, clear on the other side, out of bounds.
You know, as they attend to the player down on the field here, Doug, it'll be second down. They'll call it 8 at the 19 after about 2 for Perzanowski. West Muskingum tries to hold off the Union local Jets here from tying things up, and you know, mentioned some of the other games around the area. Depending upon what happens here tonight, if West Muskingum wins, we'll follow them. You know, will it be New Lexington next week? Will they be up at Harvest Prep in a rematch with them, as Harvest Prep knocked out the Tornadoes a year ago? You know, last year the Tornadoes made it in, won their first ever playoff game, historic season for head coach Nathan Brownrigg. They won that game in overtime a year ago this weekend, beating Fairland out of Proctorville 22-21 in OT. Then they turned around, played 2.5, 3 tough quarters, and losing to Harvest Prep. But we're looking a little bit further ahead, but they could be a rematch. We'll follow them if so.
Well, that was Connor Hill that came back across the field on his own power. He's not being attended to, so maybe he just had the wind knocked out of him.
Good to see Hill coming off, like you said, on his own power. Second down 8 from the 19. We go back to action here with a running clock. Carpenter out of the shotgun. Perzanowski into his right. He will move and get called for a false start. Tried to realign and set himself up, Doug, and fell off balance.
Yep.
So we've seen the flags start to pick up.
Penalties have stymied the Jets at times. That's 3 penalties I know their offense has picked up tonight so far. We're just now in the second quarter. Those are the kind of penalties you don't think a team's going to pick up here in Week 11.
So they'll move them back 5. Second down and long. Second and 13. 4 receivers. A trio to the right. Carpenter looking right, but now looking in the middle of the field. Deep left side. One-on-one. There's some hand covers down here by both players, and it's incomplete in the end.
Well, you're exactly right, Hank. Both players had a hold of each other in the end zone, and the quarterback had no place to go. I mean, he had plenty of time, had great protection, and that was just throwing one up and see who can come down with it.
Intended receiver, Billy Schumacher. Second time looked his direction tonight. And the Jets will now have 3rd and 13 after it fell incomplete. Nearly a minute gone by here in quarter 2. Exciting action for you in Week 11. Handoff, draw play, trying to catch the Tornadoes off guard. Didn't work. Able to get about 4 yards back to the 20, but 4th and long looms.
Well, that's a tough little draw play. The quarterback rolls to his right. The back just kind of stands there and then goes back the other way with the ball. That's a tough play, but the defense was maintained leverage on the defensive front, made a tackle for a short gain. 4th down and 9. Got them right where that's what New Lexington had shared right where they wanted them last week.
Well, it's either you go to your freshman kicker for a 37, maybe 38-yard field goal try, or go for it, and they will elect to line up and go for it, down 7, and a timeout call by Coach Brownrigg and his Tornadoes. They wanted to see that alignment, obviously, here.
Well, that's a good call. He wanted to see what they come out in. That might determine what coverage you're going to use against these guys. I mean, the choice here is rush 3 guys and drop 8, or blitz and go man-to-man. See what they come up with.
So how'd these two teams get here? You know, West M 9-1, winners of 7 straight. Mentioned 3 shutouts in weeks 5, 6, 7 against Philo, Maysville, Crooksville. We are kind of like the voice of the West Muskingum Tornadoes on the game of the week. This is our 6th game in 11 weeks. Did half of the games during the regular season, 5 of 10. And, you know, they just beat Meadowbrook 49-10 in the finale. 2 weeks ago, they only won by 1 at Coshocton in a basketball game, basically 57-56. Had to hold on to win that with a missed 42-yard field goal at the horn from the Skins.
Well, you know you've been here a lot when the girls selling the programs say, "Hi, Doug, welcome back." And, you know, we've been here forever. Fourth down.
Meanwhile, Union Local.
Looks like man coverage to me.
Obviously 6-4. We mentioned that. Losers 2 out of last 3. Trying to get back on track. Losing to the rival Shamrocks last week. Fourth down. Need 9. Can get it first at the 11.
Here they come.
Spreading the field. Pressure, like you said. Cisse was coming. It's caught.
Oh, my.
Touchdown as running it in with the right hand.
Was that Saunders?
Was Dre Saunders, your right, number 20.
What a catch. Pass under pressure. The blitz was on from the outside. He stayed in the pocket, made the throw. Nice job, Carpenter.
Carpenter to Saunders. Take a look at the replay on your screen. Facing pressure, hit right as he threw it. Found his man at the 5, and he did the rest, reaching that ball out for the score.
But when you're in man coverage, if you don't stay with your guy in the quarterback season, I mean, that's where the ball's going to go. That's exactly what Carpenter saw. Saw his man break open. Saw Saunders get some separation from the man covering him and put it right on the money. And the catch Saunders made, I mean, hands above the head, bring it down.
And so the answer has just been completed by the visiting Union Local Jets as they tie the game up at 7-all as they kick that extra point through as well. Doug, opening couple minutes of our second quarter, 10-16 left to go until the break. And it gives us a chance to throw out our reading sponsors for you. The Community Bank, now a perfect time to join the Go Local movement by banking locally with the Community Bank. Thanks Harley-Davidson. Live, ride to live. Ride to live, Fink's Quality Cars and RVs. Quick as a wink, deal with Fink. And Fink's Easy Leasing and Rental. Foxfire Schools, where it's free. Public alternative education serving students grades K through 12. And Kokona's Furniture and Mattress First. Always make it easier for you to furnish your home. Dang, I'm tripping over things like the Tornadoes did defensively right there.
I'm always amazed you have that memorized, Hank.
We do what we can. I try to put the numbers up there coming into the game between these two teams, and hopefully I filled you in with a couple of tidbits of worthless, useless information.
Well, you know, the West Muskingum fans finally realize they're in for a game tonight, and I'm sure the Tornadoes do too. The Jets came right down the field. There's another little bloop kick. He can't kick it deep, but he can kick it down there a little bit. Oh, look out. Nope.
Nice field position it will be for the Tornadoes. Anton's got that one gobbled up to the 44. So yeah, the kicking game, not kicking it deep. Want to keep it out of the hands of Cisse for good reason.
Well, you know, when you have a guy that can boom the ball down the field, that is such a weapon. And I was blessed to have a young man that could do that for me. And Ryan, you made some great kicks for the Ceramics in your time.
It was nice to get the shout out there. 7-7 here. Shout out for you. Tie game after Union Local went down the field for the score. West End trying to come back with the answer themselves. Winland gets that run again up the middle, exploding into Jet territory where he's tripped up low at the 48.
Boy, he was definitely tripped. I mean, that was a toenail tackle all the way. They faked the ball to Cisse going across in motion, got the defensive looking that way, and Winland hits that hole so quick. If you're looking in the wrong direction, you won't see him as he goes by.
76 yards on that last scoring drive, the only scoring drive for Union Local tonight. Second down and 2 after the 8-yard run by Winland. They'll fake the Winland. We'll Cisse, or excuse me, the Anton. Anton's throwing to Cisse. Cisse catches it, and he's got the first down despite stumbling over there on the far sideline.
Great play, pass delivered on time. Anton was under pressure from a pass rush. Got the ball to Cisse. Man, Cisse is going to get that first down for you, isn't he? I mean, he's just going to get that. He's going to put that hand down, keep himself from hitting the deck. Nice play.
First reception of the night for Cisse. Had 28 catches during the year, 454 yards and 8 touchdowns receiving.
Jeez.
To go along with the wealth of other rushing stats and touchdowns, obviously, he has achieved. Here we go, 1st and 10 at the Jet 44. Fake, Anton. He's going to try to wiggle forward.
Not this time.
And he's met by a trio of Jets up front.
One of those guys was Peyton Cosby, number 22. Nice stop by the Jets that time. Make it 2nd down and 9.
Anton, your 3rd leading rush on the year. Always nice to have a quarterback, multi-dimensional. Just under 500 yards at 456, but contained there for no gain.
Okay.
2nd and 10. 3 minutes elapsed, second quarter.
That looks like Cisse at quarterback to me.
The shift on the line over to that right side, going right side heavy. As going to take off with it is Cisse with a fake. And he's just trying to find the left end and just somewhere to go. And somehow he found the door ajar to get to the 36-yard line.
You know, as a tackler, you're so intimidated because he's so fast and so quick. So you don't run to him. You reach out for him, which is exactly the wrong thing to do. Take your shot. I mean, go get him. If you hit him, great. But you're not going to grab him and impress him.
How many Jets had a chance to get Cisse?
Well, they saw the Jets that time, and they all belonged to Cisse.
Need a different pilot on that defensive side. They can't
bet.
stop him. Here we go with a 2nd and short. Cisse again, first down easy, and he's tripped up down low as he gets to about the 30-yard line. Nice tackle made, or he could have still been running.
Schumacher saved a huge gain on that one for the Jets. But that's what I was talking to Coach Thompson before the game. I said, you know, Cisse runs to the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden he just burst through, and he's gone. He said, I know. He said, we saw that on film. He's by far the best player we've seen, he told me.
Under center, Anton now this time. Back to Wendland. Wendland, right side, and taken down at the ankles near the 25-yard line. It will be a gain of 5 for Wendland as they sprinkle him back in.
Gannon Kearns on that tackle.
2nd and 5 after getting the first down moments ago with Cisse. We have some scores to pass along. First quarter action, Tri-Valley 7-0 over the Valley and Buckeye Valley, that is, at home tonight. And you have 7-0 Morgan, second quarter at Sheridan with the lead for the Raiders. 14-0 Harvest Prep over New Lexington. We'll keep an eye on that one. John Glenn also down 14-0. River 14, Rosecrans 7 in a tight one. Here we go, back to action here on 2nd and 5. Wendland, left side, short side of the field. And he's not going to get much as he ran out of real estate and met a defender over there on the short side.
Yes, he did. Well, that's one advantage that West has. We haven't seen anybody except Perzanowski carry the ball for Union Local. And, you know, we can give the ball to Cisse and run it. We can give the ball to Wendland and run it. We can give the ball to Anton, let him run it. So when Coach Bradbury, has plays, no one's going to get worn out carrying the football. He's got so many options.
So we'll be 3rd down. 4 at the Jet 24. Gain of 1 on that last play. Cisse, go back to him. Oh, look at the moves. He's inside the 15, 10-5. Say goodnight. Rashid Cisse, his 2nd touchdown of the evening as the Tornadoes go right back on top.
He is a game breaker, no doubt about it. Did you see that move into the line of scrimmage? Nothing there. Popped it to the outside, and when he turned on the speed, it was over. I mean, we knew it was over. When he was at the 15-yard line, there was no chance for the Jets to catch him. None.
We went there, tried to duplicate that up here in the press box. We'd tear some ligaments.
Oh, jeez.
So Cisse puts the Tornadoes back up 13-7, 2nd TD.
Silas.
And your man inside that upright, yes, with that left foot inside that right pipe for a 14-7 score now with 6:18 left to go in our half.
You know, this is going to be one of those games. Who has the ball last may be the winner.
Didn't take West Muskingum long, just under 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 58 seconds later after Union Local had tied the game at the 10-16 mark at 7-all to go back on top of things.
I'm sure if the defensive coordinator for Union Local could come up, the things he would say is, well, we're just so off balance. We're just, we just can't establish anything. They do so many things. And did they throw the ball that time? They didn't throw the ball one time.
Got a lot of Cisse, some Wendland, threw Anton in there, all on the ground. You did not see a pass. And right now the Jets unable to get it stopped as this game is moving right along.
Well, the one thing that would give me hope if I was a Union Local fan was they can throw the ball. Union Local is a good passing team. Their quarterback, I mean, you said he's the backup kid?
Backup, yep.
I saw the starter before the game. Oh, there's a short kick. Better get on that thing, boys.
It's a hop. It's loose. Touch the Jet.
I think the blue shirts have it.
That is totally free, and it could be. West End thinks they got it.
Yes, it is. No signal yet.
You're right. We're looking for that. And it is.
West End ball.
Tornadoes.
Silas, you little devil, you.
Is got your first turnover of the game here on a fumble recovery off of a kickoff.
Trickery and deception in the kicking game is what Tom Fell, my old coaching buddy, would say.
As West End will set up shot with great field position at the Jet 30-yard line. This is a chance to really put a stamp on things here midway in the second.
Well, this is a classic time for a quarterback to throw the ball down the field, whether it's Anton or Cisse at quarterback. This is throw the ball deep. This team's on their heels right now. They were there thinking what they're going to run on offense, and all of a sudden now they're back on defense. Look for this ball to go deep.
Golden opportunity. Twin receivers to the left. Anton's going to look to pass. They didn't do it on the last drive. Nope. He's going to run with it. He's got daylight.
Oh.
And a first down run on the far side near the chain.
Well, they were thinking touchdown pass. Union Local was not fooled. The Jets were back there. They had great coverage, but they're in man coverage on that play, and Anton just took off.
10 yards needed. 10 yards he got on first down with that scamper. And now they're in the red zone again, looking for another score.
That's so frustrating to be a defensive coordinator and have everybody covered on a play, and the quarterback takes off, picks up a first down.
Anton out of the gun, looking for this snap with two receivers to the short side to the right, including Cisse to fake to Cisse, and Anton keeper. Anton's going to move it forward inside the 15, busted to the 14 for 6 more.
What a decoy Cisse is. I mean, you have to honor him. He's going to get your eye. He comes across that formation and someone fakes the ball to him, and you're a defender. You have to honor that.
You had a chance to talk to some of the Union Local coaches, including, I believe, the defensive coordinator.
Right.
You just mentioned, having their problems right here.
He said, they're going to try to play man a little bit in the secondary. They're going to try to play some zone. He said, we can't keep Cisse from making a big play. He said, but their quarterback's good and Winland's good. I said, I know. They have good receivers, too. There's one.
Go back to
first down.
Cisse. Near that first down, Doug, at the 10 he had to get to Cisse.
We talk about Cisse breaking long runs and making spectacular plays. He also does that. He takes that ball and goes off tackle and puts that shoulder down, picks up the first down.
Not afraid to shy away from contact is Cisse. And he'll win in a track meet any given moment on the field with almost everybody he's played against.
He's coming out wide with Connor Hill here on the left side.
And it was a first down spotted with the pigskin nose inside the 10 near the 9.
About time for Winland.
First and goal.
Here he comes.
You called it. Winland, and he's going to find a way in the end zone. How about the little hop step with a couple moves right before that hop into the paint for another score.
I tell you what, that's the most moves I've seen Winland make all season.
Carter Winland, he may be known as the big power back on this team, but he shows his nifty abilities right here for this touchdown. As West End increases the lead to 20-7. As Kuhn comes back on with a busy first half, looking for his third extra point and make it 21-7. With the 4:43 left to go until the break, it's up and good. 3 for 3 for Kuhn. 3 touchdowns for the Tornadoes, 2 from Cisse, and now Winland finds it from 10 yards out.
I'm going to call that touchdown by Winland and an assist from Silas Kuhn on that onside kick. What a play. What a call by the coaching staff for West End.
Your first turnover of the game turned out to be a costly one here so far for the Jets. And Bernie Thompson, oh, what a name, Bernie, right? Got a chance to speak with Bernie before the game, but obviously Bernie, the name resonated around Ohio. Kozar, of course, comes to mind, but this Bernie having some problems all of a sudden now as this game gets near halftime down 2 scores. But it's awesome on the other side. Your coach Nate Brownrigg, you're gaining that momentum as you look to win a playoff game for a second straight year.
Well, he had a 7-point lead. West End, went ahead by 14-7, and he rolled the dice, knowing if I can go into halftime with a 2-score lead, that may help us because we know these guys can throw the ball on us. They've done it the entire first half.
This is a West Muskingum team that will now do another squibber-type kick. This one is finally fielded cleanly by the Jets on the hop at the 26. Short return out past the 30 near the 31-yard line. And
This is a West Muskingum team. They've got a 21 spot on the board. They have scored 21 or more in 9 of 10 games. The only game they didn't when they were shut out to an undefeated 10-0 Garaway team back in week 3. So West Muskingum averages about 37 points per game, and they're well on their way here tonight.
You know, as a former defensive coordinator, West End, they're a nightmare. I mean, they're so they spread Cisse out, so you put an extra man out there with him. But then they're going to hand the ball to Winley, who's going to run like a madman right between the guards and tackles. Anton can keep it and run it.
Speaking of running it and keeping it is the quarterback, sophomore Carpenter for the Jets, as he's able to wiggle forward for about 4 yards to the 35. And of those, of the scoring averages for West Muskingum, remember they averaged about 37 plus per game. They've scored 42 or more in 6 of their 10 games. Very dynamic team. Offensively especially, defense has shown their worth this year too, or they wouldn't be 9-1.
I think that's the first time we've seen Carpenter run on purpose.
Now this
the first time we saw him run, it was a busted play. That time it was a read option, and he kept the ball.
Yeah, it's been a lot of Perzanowski, the freshman back, over 1,100 yards coming in. You're right, Doug. Carpenter with a rare carry on a keep. 4 receivers, 2 stretch, and now flags come in. Play clock showed 3. Probably a movement here on the line, and it was. That'll push you back 5 more yards for Coach Thompson. Not going to like it.
The Jets are making it tough on themselves with these penalties. Have the Tornadoes been called for an infraction yet?
I believe it's all been the Jets. Yep.
Yes.
With the penalties mounting. Not going to help you, especially in a comeback effort now down 2 scores at 21-7. 4 receiver linemen again, 2 each side. Perzanowski, the lone back to the left of Carpenter. Carpenter, low snap, gets it to the knees. Looks to pass downfield, in traffic, finds his man on the slant. That's Schumacher, and he'll take it near the midfield stripe. They will move the sticks, gain about 20 or so as the Jets try to get something going.
Carter Windland was right next to him, and he was looking at the receiver, and he watched him catch the ball. I mean, the ball got there that quickly. Windland thought he had him covered, and that ball was on a rope. Nice throw.
Perfectly placed to Schumacher in
Yes,
stride. 20 exact on that completion. At the 50-yard line, here come the Union local Jets. They really need a score in the worst of ways. West End wants to turn them back. Keep this thing going well for them. And there goes Perzanowski, dropped right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, no doubt about it. That's a great play. Cord McKenzie, one of the best defensive players on this squad for West End, came from the backside and just ran him down. And the reason he could do that was because the guys on the play side held those blockers up. They didn't let the running back get through there. Cord McKenzie ran him down from behind.
When you think of guys on the trenches for West Muskingum, it's always Cord McKenzie on each side of the ball, whether it's on the offensive side or on the defensive side right there with a stop. 2nd and 10 at the 50. Looking to pass this time, Carpenter. 4 receivers, 3 to the left. And here comes Cord McKenzie chasing him, passing downfield. Got his receiver. And another catch hauled in for a first down in West End territory at the 37 as they find Hess for his 2nd catch of the half. He's not quite utilized a lot on this Jets offense, but he is in this half.
Did you see that throw? Carpenter was facing the sideline. He didn't turn his hips and throw it. He was running to the sideline and threw that thing back. He has some arm strength, Hank. This kid's going to be good.
He's 5'9", 165 pounds as a sophomore. And he is showing you a little bit here when faced under adversity. He's got plenty of time, chucking deep, up, jump ball, caught, touchdown. Dre Saunders again, his 2nd touchdown for Union Local. And it's 21-13 all of a sudden when you blink.
I mean, guys, you know what they're going to do. They're going to run right past you. When those guys, he's not going for a hot dog. He's going for the end zone. I like the way these receivers catch the ball for Union Local. I mean, they go up and get it. They catch it with their hands. They don't cradle it. They don't wait for it like a fair catch. They go up and get it.
2nd touchdown pass thrown by the sophomore Colby Carpenter to the senior Dre Saunders on the receiving end of both. That one covered 36 yards officially. Extra point could cut it back to 7. High snap, hold down, kick also airborne and good as well.
You know, these guys have driven the field twice. West Muskingum has had short field on 2 occasions and came away with touchdowns. And so I think at halftime, if I was the Union local staff, I would be saying things like, we got to play field position. We know we can move the ball. We know we can throw it on them. The more we throw, then we're going to be able to get the running game going. This game is far from over, Hank.
Far from over as each team's offense is really clicking here in the second quarter. It was 7-0 West Muskingum after 1. Each team has put up 2 touchdowns apiece, 14-14 here as we near halftime with 1:42 still left to go. West Muskingum will have a final crack and say at things if they want more points.
Well, the other thing that Union Local is doing really well with their passing game is their quarterback's not dropping straight back. As soon as he gets a snap, he just rolls slightly one way or the other, mostly to his right, and finds an open receiver where he doesn't have anybody in his face. There's not anybody there on the pass rush. You're doing a great job with that. And I don't care if you drop 10 guys, somebody's going to get open if you give a quarterback enough time. And that's what's going on.
64 yards on that drive this time for Union Local. As they cut it down to a touchdown deficit. Big fella
Whoa.
booting this one away with some authority. Fielded on the fly at the 17 with no momentum. But now the momentum comes past the 40, 45, and just shy of midfield. On this excellent return is Carter Smith, the freshman. Carter Smith, we have seen and called his name before this year with some big plays as just a freshman.
Well, when you look at the first half and you say, okay, offensively did this, defensively did that, I'm going to have to give the nod on the special teams to the Tornadoes, whether they're kicking it off or bringing it back. That's a great return. I mean, they're first down for 4-down territory. 1:35 to go in the half. How many time? What's the timeout situation? They have 1.
Take another look. We have 2 timeouts apiece left.
Okay.
For each team. Keep that in mind here with 1:35 to go as West End tries to move it downfield. In the waning moments of this first half, Cisse's gonna pass as Anton. He's gonna dump it off. First down in Jets territory, taken down inside the 40 of Union Local. Some good downfield blocking to make that one happen.
Oh, no doubt about it. Colton Carpenter made the tackle on that one, or that would have been some big yards.
And they go back to Carter Smith, number 27, the freshman.
He's got the hot hand right now.
And they'll place it at the 38, gain of 14. 14 throwing that
direction. Look out, look out.
It's Schumacher down the sidelines, got a block. And he's taken down at the 45 of West Muskingum before he could try to knot the score up. But Union Local will have that chance to do so with their offense with just 1:11 left to go until the break.
Well, Anton threw the interception, and he made the tackle on the interception.
That was a telegraph pass.
Yes, it was.
See that replay, and jumping it was Schumacher.
Oh, my. Great play. Great job. Played the ball all the way. They're lucky that wasn't a pick 6.
Now the defense of West Muskingum got to come back out here and shut things down if they want to keep the lead going into the locker room.
You're right. I say the scoreboard now. Both teams have a pair of timeouts.
4 receivers, 3 to the left this time. And it's a draw play. And a hole, right side bouncing it, looking to cut back in and stay in bounds is your freshman back.
Clock's going to run. He did not get out of bounds.
And he did not get the first down. He gets about 7 to the 38.
Well, we'll see what kind of hurry-up offense the Jets have.
Perzanowski, of course, the ball carrier.
We're down under 50 seconds. It's 50 seconds right now, 49 clock running.
Keeping those 2 timeouts in their pocket. Long snap count. Looking to pass. Carpenter. Here comes Cord McKenzie. Got him!
Yes!
Sack City for West End.
Cord McKenzie. I believe he's the leading sacker on this team.
A huge play as we trickle down the end of this half. As the Jets were inside the Tornado 40, now they're on their side of the field with a loss of 13 on the sack.
Thornton has 7 sacks on the season. Cord has 5, make that 6 now.
Now Cord's close, and he gets a big one here with 31 seconds left to go until halftime of our contest here in D5 Region 19. A thriller it's been, a 1-score game in favor of your MVL Small Division School Champion West Muskingum Tornadoes.
You know, so what's that what set that play up, Hank, was the previous play. The Tornadoes didn't let Perzanowski get out of bounds. I mean, he was right there at the sideline, and they hemmed him in, did not let him out of bounds. The clock continued to run. They had to hurry up and get a play in, and the result was a sack.
What a thriller we have here for you. Next week, more playoff action. Tornadoes win. We'll follow them. They'll either get New Lexington or Harvest Prep. Harvest Prep had jumped on New Lex by a couple touchdowns early, so figure they'll be on the road up in Canal Winchester taking Harvest Prep in a rematch next week if they get this one done. 4 receivers after that timeout called with 1 left for the Jets. Looking to pass, looking deep. Going to throw it airborne. It's been a successful move, and it's intercepted, or was that foot out of bounds by Anton? They say out of bounds. He had 1 tootsie in, 1 tootsie out.
Boy, there was a push that time, too. The defensive back pushed the receiver. That should have been an interference call.
Officials will confer, but Doug, as you see the replay on your screen here on the MVL Game of the Week, batted ball, appears to maybe had got the interception before that foot slipped out even for Anton, but no replay obviously at this level. You can debate it all you want.
If I was going to run a replay on that, I would say that was a catch.
And we have the luxury of the replay where the officials won't get to.
But I also would have called pass interference on the defensive back because he had both hands on the receiver's back, pushed off, tipped the ball. Anton came up with it. So I think there are 2 missed calls on that play. 1 for Union Local, 1 for West End.
Whistles instead were swallowed. 23 seconds left to go until halftime. 4th and 16 at the 49. Schumacher to punt it. Pressure came, and he's going to angle this one away from the returner, Cisse. Out of bounds it goes with 15 ticks to play. With no return, West End will take over on their side of the field deep at their own 24. 2 timeouts, 15 seconds left, up 7. Coach Brownrigg, as he put a knee on things, go in the locker room to lead.
Well, there's nothing on the stat sheet for dodging a water balloon or not getting hit by a car, but all those things apply for the Tornadoes. That could have been a disaster right there.
Some quite interesting examples right there as well, Doug. 24-yard line. West End going to come out off the sideline here and just suspect a knee and take the 7-point lead in the halftime and come out and play a ball in the second half with 1 more half to move on and make it a second ever playoff victory. But they're going to go ahead and hand it off and see if Cisse can bust a big one. Why not? Out past the 30 to the 31 for 7. Timeout West Muskingum. They will use one of their final 2. Again, use them or lose them, they say.
10 seconds.
And so the Tornadoes will talk it over at second and short, just out past the 30 at the 31. So see how aggressive they get or go back to Cisse on the ground or maybe even Winland with a carry. Halftime right around the corner for you. New home for MVL football all season long right here on South 60 Films. Glad to be a part of it. Streaming games live each and every week on this Friday. Here, playoff action. Your instant replays again brought to you by all night long. Your Higher Education Credit Union. CA Music House. Play music for life. Join us for the CA Music House halftime show.
Well, you make a throw now over the middle of the field. Call a timeout immediately, and then try to throw one all the way down the field. You know, that's a lot for a high school quarterback. We'll see.
Cisse has that home run capability, obviously.
Well, Anton's not even a quarterback.
Cisse's going to take this direct snap. The Jets know where this is coming to and what's about to transpire. It's a fake. It's Cisse looking for blocks up front, and he's able to get a handful out to about the 36 or so. See if they burn that last time out and do one more play. It appears they will. Still a couple ticks left on our game clock. 2 seconds. And it was a first down run by Cisse. So one more play we will run for you here in this opening half. Last time out called by West End.
Yes.
Coach Nate Brownrigg will decide to use it.
Well, that was an interesting call. I mean, I was just trying to get Cisse loose, make a big run. Most of the time, it was that they only had 10 seconds when the play started. Now they're down to 2. So this will be the last play of the half. And barring a phenomenal play by the Tornadoes, it looks like we're going to go into the halftime with a 21-14 game with Tornadoes on top. And the Jets get the ball first.
Jets do get the ball first. Keep that in mind with this 7-point game. And before we can run the final play of the half, some more scores. Halftime here. Tri-Valley 7, Buckeye Valley 6. In a dogfight of the Scotties literally at home tonight. Sheridan has now turned it on in the second quarter with 21 unanswered to take a 21-7 lead over the Morgan Raiders in an MVL rematch in Thornville. New Lex now down 20-8. They're on the board with a 2-pointer, but still down double digits as they near half. John Glenn getting walloped on the road tonight. Bell Fountain's got them 28-0 late second, and River clobbering the Rosecrans Bishops also 35-7. Tough going for the Bishops. Final play of the half, 2 seconds to go after the last timeout. It's a fake to Cisse. Anton goes deep, left sideline, 1-on-1 for Connor Hill. Intercepted. That'll go in the stat books, just that. As it will be Dre Saunders, who had both first half touchdown catches for Union Local. He'll now get one with an interception.
Well, he's coming up with a little bit of a limp, too. All right, what a game. What a half.
Excellent first half as we have reached the break here at Whirlwind Stadium at West Muskingum High School. The host team here tonight with a 9-1 record, the 5th seed in Division 5 Region 19. They're beating the 12th-seeded Union Local Jets by a touchdown at 21-14. Doug and I will come back with more scores, highlights of this one in just a little while right here on our MVL Game of the Week presented by Community Bank. So stay tuned. Will the Tornadoes make it a win 2 years in a row in the postseason? Here's the halftime show presented by CA House Music. Play music for life.
sense.
Thank you for watching the halftime show presented by CA House Music. Play music for life. Back here at Whirlwind Stadium, your Division 5 Region 19 opening round game, Doug, has been a treat to say the least. West Muskingum 9-1 coming in, winners of 7 straight, lead at 21-14 over visiting Union Local and the Jets. Let's take a look at those first half highlights, and I tell you, we had lots of them. There goes Rashid Cisse from 2 yards out, his first of 2 scores.
He's hard to stop anywhere close to the goal line. Look at this throw, though.
This would tie things up at 7 apiece on a long pass of 21 yards to Dre Saunders from Colby Carpenter early in the second. Here's that man again, Cisse from 24 yards out for the lead again.
Well, you just have no chance to catch him once he heads for that corner.
That was a 24-yard run for Cisse to put him up 14-7. It would go to 21-7 when Carter Windland got in on the act.
My favorite touchdown of the night right there is fancy footwork by Carter Windland.
10 yards out for number 10. 21-7 West End. Looks like they might have a big game in store and a blowout in hand, but hold on, folks. Look at his pass play for a touchdown to Saunders, his second of the night, 36 yards for the score.
That kid goes up and gets the ball. I'm telling you, that's great. What offense tonight? Interception at the end of the half, could have been a pick 6. Anton threw it. He makes the tackle here, and Tornadoes hang on in about, what was there, a minute to go, something like that? Wow.
Yeah, 21-14, West Muskingum, our halftime scores as we get set to start the second half here. And the Jets will get the football first, and the Tornadoes will tee things up at the 40-yard line. So you had 2 Cisse touchdowns, 2 touchdown passes from Colby Carpenter and Dre Saunders for Union Local. And Wendland's touchdown right now is the difference in this game.
Look out!
Big
Look out!
by the Jets. He had a convoy.
Look out!
Now it's speed down that sidelines. 20, 15, 10, stumbling short of the goal line, which could have tied it, but the Jets are in business.
Boy, you couldn't ask for a better break to start the second half. They're going to have the ball first. They're going to start about the 2-yard line.
A dynamic return. You'll take another look at it.
Sean Alkire
And he picked it up at the 25.
is on
Doug.
fire. Look at this. Wall set. He just outruns everybody.
Pure speed. Anton.
Whoa, missed tackle.
You see Anton cut his angle right here and just got enough of him to prevent that touchdown on the return. And the Jets will have it at the 2-yard line, a 73-yard run back.
I got to think this is Brody Perzanowski territory.
So Union Local, 12th seeded in this region, 6-4, lost all 4 playoff teams, as they'll try to tie things up if they get a touchdown and an extra point.
He did not make it.
And you called it. They go to the ground game to the freshman.
Well, they had him lined up like an I back in the old I formation. He was really deep. He had to gain almost 10 yards before he got to the line of scrimmage. When he got there, there's a bunch of blue helmets waiting on him. He didn't gain a foot.
So it'll be 2nd and goal for the Jets at the 2. Quite the start for Coach Bernie Thompson, getting the ball to start the half with a return.
They lost a yard.
Can the Jets capitalize with that special teams play? 2nd and goal, the Tornado defense trying to shut him down as they try to reset that play clock before they wind things up for the 2nd down and goal play. Under center this time, Carpenter. See like an I formation look in the backfield. You'll see that much. Perzanowski gets it, lead black.
He's close.
And is he in with the blocks up there? And no indication yet. He's short. So he did not cross the plane at about the half-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and goal. The Tornadoes defense bending slightly, not breaking.
West Ham just sent in Bryce Pittner, 5'10", 275. Get more beef on that defensive line.
It'll be 3rd down and goal inside the 1. Crouching down. Perzanowski, the deep back. And it's a fake to him. It's a key for Carpenter. The sophomore cube. Can he get in? Again, no indication. They have stopped him on 3rd and goal now, Doug, and it's 4th down.
Wow. The defensive line for the Tornadoes. Oh, look where the ball is now.
You want to talk about a goal line stand, this could be if you could prevent him from getting into the end zone.
This would be huge for the Tornadoes to get a stop. I mean, these guys had the ball on the 1-yard line.
4th and goal. That's hugging right outside the chalk. Inches away. West End get another one in them and keep this lead.
They're going to, man, the Tornadoes are going to come as hard as they can go on this one.
Carpenter trying to get the tush push at the end. I don't think he got it.
No.
He did not.
And the Tornadoes
Goal line stand.
twist them back at it.
Woo!
From getting a score to tie things up potentially.
That's the greatest goal line stand I've ever seen.
Take one more look at things, and Carpenter tried to do it yet again. Tried to get the late push, and it was too late. The Tornado defense rose up. With 9:57 left to go in the third, just a couple minutes into our half. Fireworks already, special teams and defensively now for West Muskingum.
That is unbelievable. What a stand by the Tornadoes. But you have to admit, there wasn't a whole lot of imagination on those play calls.
No.
I mean, everything was right behind the center on every snap.
Now your ears are pinned back against the wall, and you go to Cisse to try to get some breathing room, and he does just that. He gets thrown out of bounds, hit late. There's your late flag. Look out below as Cisse will get short of the first down, but a first down will happen due to penalty.
Boy, that was one of the longest flags I've ever seen. There's a referee right there at the point of attack. He made no call. The second referee, someone out of the secondary. I mean, that thing was a rainbow coming in there.
And so the Tornadoes will get breathing room. They get what they need on the defensive stop with a goal line stand, preventing the Jets from a score. With the first and goal at the 2, and now the offense trying to get breathing room, get a penalty after the Cisse run on first down.
What an opportunity for the Tornadoes right now. Not only do they stop the Jets 4 times from the 1, if they go on a 99-yard touchdown drive here, but it may be time to call the dogs and put the fire out.
Carter Winland in the backfield on 1st and 10 at the 23 after the penalty. He gets the tote, and he'll push forward to about the 4 where the pile stalls out. So they go back to Winland, the bread and butter between these two. Cisse got it moments ago. Now Winland. Each of those guys have found pay dirt tonight. Cisse with 2. Winland has also scored.
Well, the Tornadoes have a 3-headed monster for a running game. Winland, Cisse, and Anton, all 3 are good ball carriers. With no wide receivers on this formation.
Cisse, the deep back. Winland, the fullback. He had the I formation look, double tights, and it's a run to the left side. Got blocked, got real estate, 35, 40, foot race down, 50, 40, 35, and caught over on that sideline inside the Jet 30. He nearly jetted the Jets for a touchdown.
Now for the children watching the formation or the game, that's what we call the I formation. It used to be very common. Well, that was old school, 2 tight ends, a wing, I formation, power off tackle.
They will place it at the 26 of Union Local after the big jaunt by Cisse as they look to get a 2-score advantage again.
Anton's under center again.
Cisse wide right, Winland the lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry, and Winland not going to go anywhere initially, and still not, as he gets taken down low and high.
Big number 50, Johnny Sabinski, reached over the top, 6'1", 270. Reached over the top of the blocker, makes the tackle.
So Cisse, with that big rip, has set up his team in great field position. But Winland doesn't get anything on that first down carry. What will happen here? Can the Tornadoes finish this drive off for points and go back up by 2 scores where they were up 21-7 in the second quarter at one point?
Well, I make sure see what this play is because it took about 4 minutes to signal that thing in from the sideline.
Anton, he's going to fake. He'll keep. Left side, first down run inside the 20. And he's down at about the 18.
Well, he took a hard hit. He's going to come up a little, yeah. He's took a shot on one of those wheels. He looks a little limpy.
Let's see how he does if he could shake it off. 8 yards on the run there to set his team up with a 2nd and short, 2nd and 2. Check that, a 3rd down and 2 after that Winland first down carry went for nothing.
Well, the way their offense is, they can keep Anton in the game at wide receiver, and there he is, and snap the ball to Cisse and have plenty of offense here. Look out, here's that overshift.
Winland back there with Cisse, direct snap Cisse. Cisse gets the block from Winland and the lineman up front, trying to cut it in. And he's down at about the 13 for 5 more yards. More importantly, moves the chains, first down.
Those are the kind of plays the offensive line love. It's just put all the weight on your hand and fire out and just knock people out of the way.
What a response here by West Muskingum. The defense holds Union Local from scoring to maybe tie things up earlier in this quarter, and they've gone down the field. Could it be 99 yards? They're close for another score. First down 10 at the 13. They can get a first down at the 3 of Union Local. They will hand it off to Winland. Winland doing the dirty work inside.
Look out. He could go.
Still on his feet. And he
touchdown.
Yes, he did. He crossed. Winland from 13 yards out is second of the night, and West Muskingum's up by 2 touchdowns.
99-yard drive. Coaches like to call those character drives.
It's extremely impressive, to say the least, for the Tornadoes as they do it on the offensive side of the ball after the defense picked themselves up.
Hank, that is the most impressive display of defense at one end of the field, stopping a drive from the 1, and then the offense taking over and driving the length of the field for a touchdown. What an effort by the Tornadoes.
13-yard touchdown run from Carter Winland, second of the night. He came in as the team's second leading rusher with 614 yards, nearly 5.5 yards per carry and 4 touchdowns. He's now got 6 touchdowns on the year as he looks impressive with that 1-2 punch in the backfield as the Tornadoes take this 2-touchdown lead. And Doug, you know, it didn't look good at the beginning with the special teams run back on the kickoff return, and then all of a sudden things changed.
You know, I thought the guy was going to go all the way, but when he didn't, who thought that was going to be wasn't going to be a touchdown? I mean, there's a 2-yard line. You can sneeze and get in from the 2, and the Tornadoes, they threw him back on the first play, and they never let him gain more than 1 yard on any of the next 3. Stopped him at the 1, 99-yard. Helped with the penalty. Late hit on Cisse on the out-of-bounds play on their first play. But after that, it was all Tornadoes.
All Tornadoes, and now the number 5 seed here in Division 5 Region 19. A 9-1 team coming in, winners of the small school division, the Muskingum Valley League this year. First time since '05. They sniffed an MVL title with the small division championship. Winners of 7 straight. Here in the playoffs, hosting the games tonight, up 2 scores. Penalty flag on the ensuing kickoff, but right now the Tornadoes riding the momentum despite the kick right there as they try to get themselves to play for another week.
Well, not only that, Hank, but that drive, their scoring drive, took up half the quarter. I mean, it's under 7 minutes to go in there. 7-minute mark now, 7:01 left in the third quarter. They're going to make them kick it again.
So they will backtrack.
Well, now we know why the Tornadoes aren't kicking the ball down the field. Because
they have some pretty good returners of their own, in other words.
Well, the referees have things. This is not right.
Still placed at the 40-yard line.
Wait a minute, guys. That's a 5-yard penalty. Remember that little hanky you threw? There you go.
Well, it's the playoffs. Just making sure things are right.
These guys must have taken.
It's week 11.
I think they did the Browns-Colts game on last Sunday.
Now we got things straight.
There we go.
35. Score update, third quarter, 28-8. New Lexington. Or check that. Yeah, New Lexington losing to Harvest Prep. Harvest Prep has just put up another touchdown and a 2-pointer to go up by 20. Here's the kickoff as a squibber, kind of like an onside kick. And it's going to be fielded by the Jets on their side of the field at the 44, so they'll have good field position as they were able to pounce on the pigskin.
I mean, that's nervous breakdown time for the head coach on the far side. Those kickoffs, all of his guys are trying to scoop it up. They look like they're trying to catch a cat on the tile floor.
So the
all right.
Jets will now come back out on offense down 2 scores. Things have dramatically changed in less than half a quarter. What does Bernie Thompson and his boys dial up here? Down 2 scores. How about defensively for West Tim? Looking to pass, 4 receivers, 3 to the left. Faking the run play. Out to the left it goes, and it's dropped. Saunders had that one in his mitts, and he was thinking about taking it forward, it appeared. Catchable football, and he dropped it.
You know, I think had they ran that play at the goal line, they'd have scored. I mean, if he catches it, they're not going to stop him. All the moves that kid has, he'd be in the end zone.
And it didn't work out, trying to do all those sneaks instead.
Yep.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion, as Carpenter will await this snap. Same look. You got 4 wide, 3 to the left side. 1 lone back and Przanowski's going to take it, and he's going to go to the right side on a counter, past midfield, and he'll step out of bounds calmly in the west end side of the field at the 49.
Another nice block by 63. Alex Beaver come around from his lineman's position and sealed the defender, allowing Przanowski to get outside.
Will be 3rd down and 3 for the Jets after the 7-yard run. Przanowski, the freshman back, started off with a bang. A couple of long runs back in the first quarter, but he's been somewhat maintained and in check since. One of his better runs is right there since then.
Big play for the Jets.
3rd and 3. Jets down 2 scores, west end side of the field. It's a fake pitch, and Carter's going to pass it left side. Got him in. That's Hess again. His 3rd reception tonight, and it's a 1st down.
Does that fake that draw play where the quarterback rolled to his left, faked the ball to Przanowski, froze the defense. What I like about the receivers for the Jets is if they need 7 or 8 yards, they don't run a 5-yard pattern. I mean, they get behind the stick, they get beyond it. If they catch the ball, they're going to have a 1st down.
And so they huge 3rd down conversion on 3rd and 3 with that pass play. Able to pick up 6 yards at the 43 with Hess. Carpenter, long snap count. Now 3 receivers to the right side of the 4-receiver set, and it's going to be Przanowski. Oh, left side. He's got a 1st down run, and then he's banged out hard on the far side near that 30. Might have crossed inside the 30. Regardless, it's a 1st down run. One of the better ones for Brody of late.
Well, you know, we've talked about how Union Local's passing game is eventually going to help that running game, and then right there is an example of it.
Inside the 30 at the 29, 14 more for Przanowski.
I think that's their best run from scrimmage for a long time.
Since the early going to this one, back in the first quarter on their first series.
So if they come out with a throw on 1st down.
4 receivers, 3 to the right.
Yep.
Fake to Przanowski. Quick pass. It's Hess again. 4th catch. Inside the 15. Banged down by a pair of Tornadoes. They're in business with 15 more yards.
Well, they have the West End defense on their heels. They run the ball on 1st down. The next time they come out, they go play action fake on 1st down, and the receivers are wide open. The linebacker step up to stop that running play, and then he's in front of the safeties. The wide receiver's in front of the safeties. It's an easy throw.
Remember, Doug, this possession started for Union Local with just 7:01 left to go in the 3rd. They've taken just over a minute off the clock, and they've come down the field quickly.
Well, that's going to be their advantage tonight. They can move the ball quickly.
4 receivers, 2
Whoa.
each direction. Przanowski off the high snap gets it, and he'll move it inside to about the 10, actually give him 4 where he's taken down there. So knocking on the door for a score here, an answer, if you will, in the 3rd quarter to match West End's touchdown.
Well, West End just about has them right where they want them on their goal line defense.
After that last stand to start the quarter, you're right. Let's see. 2nd and 6.
Brady Hunt just checked in the game, number 77 for the Tornadoes.
Jets of Union Local can pick up a 1st down still at the 4-yard line without scoring. 3 receivers left side. Schumacher buys lonesome to the right, 1-on-1. Przanowski to the left in the backfield. Looking left. It's a wide receiver screen. Looking for the blocks downfield. Catch made. Dre Saunders touchdown. And that was easy pickings for Union Local.
And that's exactly what they should have done when they had the ball the last time.
10 yards on that one. 3rd time tonight, the trifecta between those two, Carpenter to Saunders.
Coach Thompson wasn't not going to let that opportunity go by again without that play being thrown, I'm sure.
56 yards on the short drive for Union Local. It took just over 2 minutes off the clock, 2:07. With 4:54 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 8-point game, could be 7.
Every kick's important now.
We await this snap and the hold and the kick, and it's on its way. It's off the upright, no good, as the PAT keeps it an 8-point contest with the misfire.
Every kick is important.
You just said it, and we just got a big one tonight. First extra point miss of the game by either team. Last year in a 2-point loss,
to your former school, Portsmouth, in the playoffs 28-26 a year ago. It was an extra point early in that one that kept it 7-6, and they couldn't catch up in losing to the Trojans. With 4:54 left to go, chance for our sponsors here. We'll try to get you some more scores. You see in the upper left-hand corner, Harvest Prep now pouring it on, 36-8 over New Lexington. Again, the winner of this game gets the winner of that game. Looks like Harvest Prep pretty much has that one signed, sealed, and delivered until the final gun goes off there. Fink's Harley Davidson, live to ride, ride to live. Fink's Quality Cars and RVs, quick as a wink, deal with Fink. Fink's Easy Leasing and Rental. Foxfire Schools, free public alternative education, serving students grades K through 12. And Kokona's Furniture and Mattress First, always making it easier for you to furnish your home. These two teams will line it back up after the touchdown. Big answer by Union Local. Could be a big miss on the extra point, but what an answer going downfield to get a touchdown.
Great answer. And they still have that passing game intact, and that can be the difference. They can score quickly with their passing attack.
Saunders now has TD receptions tonight of 36, 21, and that 10-yarder for his Union Local Jets.
But right now, their defense needs to stop. Whoa, ball's fumbled.
Cisse lost it, able to get it, 30, and down at about the 31. Momentum shut down fairly quickly there as he tried to make another cut.
Well, number 12 made the tackle that time for Union Local, Logan Hess, and he's still on the floor. I mean, that looked like a good, clean tackle. His head was up. He made no attempt to get back to his feet.
And so injured player on the field.
He is in pain.
They will attend to that right there at the 29-yard line of West Muskingum. Unfortunate sight for any player, no doubt about it. You know, next week it looks like if this score remains here, obviously the Harvest Prep taking care of business tonight over MVL New Lexington. Harvest Prep's going to host a game next week. West Muskingum could be hitting the road a week from now. We can give that to you. Sheridan was up big on Morgan. Looks like the Generals in Division 4 moving on. They were up by 3 touchdowns last check over Morgan. That game is getting out of hand as battle MVL teams in a rematch. Don't get that very often, especially in the first round.
No, you don't.
And that's Hess back up on his feet. He was helped back up and now walking off on his own power.
He looks pretty good. Well, a friend of mine's son, Ben Johnson, is the head coach at Waynesville, and they're first or second seed in their region. And I was talking to his father, Dan Johnson, the former coach at Liberty Union. If Ben's team continues to win, they're going to play 3 teams they've played in the regular season in their conference. So
it's one thing in basketball. This is football.
Yes.
You don't have that. But then you do, and it could. 4:47 left to go in ours here in the third. 8-point game now for West End as they try to come back with yet another retaliatory score. And Cisse runs it down that sidelines for a big first down run of double figures, about 14 near the 45.
Well, that was right in front of our guy, Isaac, with the camera right there. Isaac got a good shot of that one, I bet.
Doesn't get much closer than that for him.
That was an off-tackle play. The guard pulled around, kicked out the defensive end, and Cisse took one look at the hole, didn't like it, popped it to the outside for the first down. That's why he is so dangerous. You can do everything right and be in the right place, and he just runs right by you somewhere else.
First and 10, place it at the 45 after that 14-yard scoot. Here goes Winland trying to scoot and also hurdle a couple of guys, and he does so into Union Local territory.
You know, we're talking about Winland, we're talking about Cisse. This Tornado offensive line is knocking people out of the way. I mean, they are dominating the line of scrimmage. I mean, when was the last time they were stopped? I mean, they have
first quarter, I'd say. At this
I
rate.
think.
Yep.
I mean, and it's basically running the football. I mean, they're not throwing the thing all over the yard. They're just pounding it down the field, regardless of who takes a snap. Look out. Here comes the overload.
Is that one of those things where maybe we get a pass or you try to set it up? Well, Cisse fakes. He's going to run. They're still going to keep it on the ground. Cisse around the end, 40, 35, 30, 25, cut in 20. Back outside 15 and knocked out of bounds in the red zone inside the 15, shy of the 10, depending upon where they spot it.
Well, he faked the ball to Carter Winland. He read where to keep it or to give it. And when he pulled it, Winland just kept going and had a key block down the field that probably added 15 or 20 yards to that run. Union Local just has no answer to stop this running game. They just don't have an answer.
Over 30 yards more for Cisse on that one. 1st and 10 at the 12. Tornadoes can pick up a first down at the 2 without scoring. They do have an 8-point lead, so 1-score lead, looking to get back up to 2 scores. Now
Here they come. This is just power football here.
Direct snap again, Cisse. Not much cooking that time around.
Looked like number 54, Daniel Goodson, a junior defensive lineman, defensive end, was the first on the tackle that time.
You also saw fullback in there trying to help lead block. Number 30, Austin Staffy, 5'8", 190-pound sophomore for Cisse. Didn't work out that go-round. But you see they're trying to mix a little bit of personnel, Coach Brownrigg, by doing just that. 2 yards to the 10, 2nd and 8.
Looks like Cisse and Windland in the backfield. Cisse taking the snap.
Yes, that is right. Windland has checked back in. Cisse fakes to him. He keeps right side this time of the line. Cutting in towards the 5. I think he's going to be shy of the 5 at about the 6.
I mean, Cisse's going through that line. You can't even find a white shirt. They're just getting knocked off the line of scrimmage.
Will be 3rd down. You know, Silas Kuhn might be warming up that leg. West Muskingum has other thoughts. They'd love to get a touchdown here if it does get to 4th. Kuhn could make it a 2-score lead, though, if they try to settle for a short field goal. Keep that in mind. Very solid kicker, as you know.
Yes, he is.
First things first, 3rd down. Looking for a first down or points or both. Here's Cisse, wide open run into the end zone, touchdown. Part of like the Red Sea, but it was a blue end zone instead for Cisse.
I mean, it just looked like the seas open for Cisse on that one. Great blocking by the offensive line.
And it's another touchdown run for Cisse tonight. He now has his 3rd of the evening. 5th touchdown for West Muskingum. 42 on the year for Cisse as Kuhn will now try an extra point to go up 15 on the way. Deep enough, long enough, and good enough.
Let's go with Colin Thornton, Mike Farley, Cord McKenzie, Caden Fleming, and Connor McKenzie. It's not a law firm. That's the offensive line, but they own the line of scrimmage tonight.
And with 2:24 now left to go in the 3rd quarter, West M ups the ante to 35-20. A 15-point lead is now the largest of the night after that extra point went up and in. So the Tornadoes riding the momentum. 5 rushing touchdowns. Cisse with 3 of them. 2 from Carter Windland. Tornado offense is a juggernaut, averaging about 38 per game coming in. Scored 42 or more 6 times this year in 10 games. About to do it yet again.
But there's still 2 minutes and 24 seconds in the 3rd quarter, and I don't think Colby Carpenter is ready to hang it up. So this game is far from over. These guys, Union Local, can score quickly via the pass. If they get within 1 score and have the ball late in the game. But right now, I think the biggest concern for Union Local is their defense. They cannot stop the running attack, the West Muskingum Tornadoes.
And more on that defense in a moment as you see another shorter kick on the kickoff is returned by Schumacher for Union Local out past the 40-yard line where they'll set up shop on offense, now down 2 scores again, this time at 15 points, 35-20. That defense in their 4 losses, all playoff teams, very good opponents, competition. They had given up 39 points or more to each of those teams, all L's. Right now, 35, going on that number again. Looks like it could be another L, barring stranger things for Union Local.
Well, it's 1st down and 10 for Union Local. They're at their own 42-yard line. I mean, they get great field position to start this drive. I mean, they could be in the end zone in 2 or 3 plays.
4 receivers, 3 to the right. Looking to pass already is Carpenter. He'll dump it down low, left side, and he had a man over there. And he's able to get short yardage, about half the yardage needed towards the first down.
That looked like Brody Perzanowski on the reception. I saw him stiff-arm the defender.
And it was Perzanowski sliding out over there for that catch. I think that's his first reception of the night. He only had 3 during the regular season when he totes the rock as much as he does.
Gain of about 4 yards.
Place it at the 46. 2nd down and 6 for this Jet offense. Final minute 45 and counting, 3rd quarter. West Ham up 15 in this playoff game. Here in D5, looking for more stops.
Twin receivers on both sides.
Carpenter, long snap count, now gets it. Looking left, finds a man in the middle of the field. West Ham nearly found an interception, knocked down. Connor Hill with the 40, nearly had an INT.
That's the best defensive back play of the night right there for the Tornadoes.
And so they read Carpenter that time, where Carpenter seems, if he's not throwing one deep downfield along the sides, he likes to go across the middle for about a 15, 20-yard pattern.
They throw the ball over the middle as well as anybody I've seen in high school. They are not afraid to throw the ball over the middle of the field.
Tornadoes were ready for it there. Now are they ready for 3rd and 6? Carpenter passing, it's a little underthrown, and coming back and make a nice sliding catch.
He's going to catch it. That's going to be a first down. Yes, it is.
Yes, the Jets do come up with it.
Gannon Kearns.
Kearns, the 2nd leading receiver on the team, and catches yards and touchdowns. His first catch tonight, a big one.
I'm looking for Hess. Yeah, he's out there, isn't he? Yep, Logan Hess is back in the game. After being shaken up on the defensive series in previous time West Ham had the ball. He's back in the game.
Coming into tonight's action, Kearns 23 catches, 439 yards and 4 touchdowns. First one there, gets a first down. Go back to the ground attack to the Jets. Tornadoes there to greet the ball carrier, the freshman and Brody Perzanowski for not much. A yard at best.
Well, this has been their pattern. They run the ball on first down. If they get a first down here, the next time on first down, look for that play action pass series. And they fake the ball to Perzanowski and hit somebody over the middle. Usually it's Hess.
Hess has 4 catches. He was gimpy earlier in the quarter. Back in. He'll be over to the right side in this 4-receiver set for the Jets. Perzanowski getting the lone back. As Carpenter gets it, could be a final play of the quarter. Under 15 seconds, looking deep, downfield, in traffic, and it's knocked down. Well, who else you try to throw to? Dre Saunders with 3 receiving touchdowns tonight, looking his way again at the West Ham 20, but unable to get it.
Braxton Brownrigg on that one. Nice job by Braxton Brownrigg on that pass defense.
That'll make it 3rd and 9 at the West Ham 45. 9 seconds left in the quarter. Could be your final play of the frame.
Well, it looks to me like West Ham has kind of solved the passing game a little bit. It looks to me like they're playing more zone. They're keeping guys back. They have 2 safeties back there. They kind of come over and clean the plays up.
Can the D get another stop? Passing Carpenter. Got him in. Nice
first down.
High catch made by Schumacher inside the 35. That'll move the chains 11 more for the Jets. They will stop the clock momentarily to move those sticks to set them. But here comes that Union local passing game. Very effective throughout the night for the most part, and they do it again.
Well, this is going to roll down to the 4th quarter now. Time's going around here in the 3rd quarter. We have 12 minutes to go. And these guys are knocking on the door again.
So West Muskingum led by 14, 21-7 at the half. They outscore Union Local in another high-scoring quarter for both these teams, 14-13 to go up by 15 at 35-20 after 3. Here on your MVL Game of the Week presented by Community Bank. Back with the 4th and final quarter of playoff action here at Whirlwind Stadium.
With Doug Clifford, I'm Hank Kaufman. Once again, we're at Whirlwind Stadium, West Muskingum High School. Playoff action tonight, Division 5 Region 19 here. 15-point West End lead, 35-20. Elsewhere, other games decided by nearly the same count. A 16-point game, Tri-Valley leading Buckeye Valley 28-12 as they're pulling away in Dresden are the Scotties. And Sheridan, 35-20, also a 15-point lead for the Generals with the same identical score that we have here tonight as Sheridan tries to move on and beat Morgan for a second time. Back to action here, start of the fourth quarter. It's a quick pass, and it's incomplete. That was a forward pass to Saunders.
He has some room to run, too. You know, we were talking during the break, Hank. This looks like a game that whoever comes up with the defensive stop is going to win this one, whether it's West on this drive or if Union Local goes down and gets another touchdown, if they can come out and stop the Tornadoes, which I don't think they can at this point. But I think this is going to come down to a defensive stop. And right now, this is West M's best chance. 2nd and 10, 2nd and long. But this has got to be 4-down territory. They're down 2, and they're in West M territory.
Carpenter, the sophomore quarterback, takes a snap on 2nd 10, and
he's going deep.
One-on-one over there, jump ball, and Union
He's
Local
got it.
Is he going to get in? No, he's just short. What a catch down there.
Was that the tight end? Was that Schumacher?
Gannon Kearns.
Gannon Kearns? Ha-ha. I got so many guys mixed up. I don't know what team they're on.
Kearns had been quiet for nearly 3 quarters. His second catch now in a matter of several plays.
You know, that could have been offensive pass interference. But the referees are letting them, they're letting their wide receivers fight it out for that football. I'll say that for them.
Kearns, a 5'9", 162-pound listed senior. Looked a lot taller in that catch.
See if they throw it in the end zone here, Hank.
Taken down at the 5.
No, they're going to run it in.
The freshman.
He's in.
Let's see the indication. I think he is in, but let's see again. Are they snuffed out at the goal line? It appears he's short. No signs whatsoever of a touchdown.
No sign of anything. Okay.
Clock still moving, under 11 to go.
The Tornadoes defensive players are saying they had recovered a fumble, but the ball is inside the 1. And it's apparently 2nd down.
So Perzanowski was looking for his first touchdown of the night, unable to get it again. Will they go back to the quarterback sneak? Didn't work multiple times earlier in the third quarter.
Well, the cornerbacks they're up tight on the receivers.
Carpenter, it's a fake to him.
He didn't get in.
And let's see who did, or did they even get in? They tried to do it in close once more with a run keep.
It's 3rd down.
Did not get it. This West Muskingum defensive front is literally a brick wall to get through. Here in this half in particular.
Well, that time, one of the wide receivers went in motion. When he got to the center, he stopped. He goes under center. He takes his snap, and he tried to run a sneak. I don't think he gained an inch. I think if he gained 2 inches, it would have been a touchdown.
3rd and goal inside the 1.
Okay, they're about to run out of time here.
Sounds like a familiar theme.
Yes,
because it is.
They got to hurry up and snap this ball.
Carpenter is not going to be able to do so. Coach Bernie Thompson will call a timeout.
It took a long time to get their play called, and they had to burn a timeout. Well, they're down to 2, but that's a great time to call. They have to get 6 here. If they don't score on this touchdown, if they don't score on this drive, it's over.
9:52 left to go.
Oh, man.
There was a goal line stand earlier in this half in the third quarter on the opening possession. The return was taken back to the 2. We know what happened. You've been listening throughout this half or game. You know what happened. West Muskingum turn them aside on downs, trying to do it again. They have 2 more cracks to do so. There's Union Local on offense and West Ham on defense.
You know, maybe they can run it right up the middle on these guys. But they've tried 6 times, and 6 times they've failed. I think got to open that playbook up, Coach. I mean, but as a play caller or as a head coach, you're that close. You're telling your guys, come on, guys. All we got to do is get a push. But I bet that defensive line for the Tornadoes, I bet they are just about paint level on that field. They are getting down. They're getting lower than the blockers, and they can't be moved out.
So here we go after the timeout.
Fans are going crazy.
2 timeouts remaining for Union Local in this game. All 3 for West End. 3rd and goal. They're going to actually pass.
or attempt to do so. Looking, throwing, back corner. And is it caught in the back?
Yes!
Yes, touchdown inside that pylon. Union Local has just quieted the home crowd with a score. On 3rd down and goal, take another look of the replay.
Watch his throw. He's the guy right there. He's covered.
22 jumps up and makes that catch before it sails out of the corner of the end zone.
Holy cow. Who was that? Who was that masked man? Oh, look out. The old muddle huddle here.
Peyton Cosby on the score from a yard out. It's 35-26. Gonna go for 2. Throwing, knocked down. No good, not successful on that pass. And that means it remains a 2-score game. That's what's very important about that knockdown.
That's another example of great coaching by the West End staff. Their players were not befuddled by the formation. They were ready for it. Guy was covered. Quarterback rushed to throw a little bit. I think if he just let that guy run a little further, he'd have broken in the open, but he rushed it. It scores now 35-26.
As it remains a 2-score game despite the touchdown by Union Local. You know, they've been trying to match West End. They had not been able to play catch-up because their defense hasn't been able to get stops. And as of late, the Tornadoes haven't either.
That might be the defensive stop we were talking about, Hank. Situation football. You give up a touchdown, but you don't quit. You stop the 2-point conversion. I mean, that would have made it 35-28. They would have been within 7 points.
And for Colby Carpenter, his 4th touchdown pass thrown of the game, the sophomore QB for the Jets. First catch of the night is a score for Peyton Cosby on 3rd and goal at the 1. Had all the time in the world, it seemed, to make that throw as he rolled to his right and found his man in the corner. West End will get the ball back off the kickoff. They'll field this one at the 11 or so and out near the 25, and that's it for the Tornadoes, where they'll start their next offensive possession.
I think this, except for their 99-yard drive, I think this is going to be their worst possession of the game. We have a flag down at about the 38-yard line.
So let's check the dirty laundry here in the opening minutes of this 4th quarter, 9:38 to go.
It looks like a preliminary holding call against the Tornadoes.
Let's see. That'll cost them some yardage, obviously real estate deep in your own territory.
Half the distance.
If you're West End and you want to move on and play for another week, you need to pick up first downs and be smart about it and salt away the win using this clock to your advantage with the lead. Union Local, on the flip side, you know the opposite. They need to get stops quickly.
Well, they have to get stops quickly, and they have to score twice. I mean, not once. They have to score twice. I don't know. Well, you never know. The ball's pointed. You never know what's going to happen in this game. But the Jets have to get a stop here, or this one's over.
That'll push the ball back to the 13-yard line after the penalty, so you bring out Cisse for direct snaps. And Cisse gets it, and he goes right, he goes left, he goes up the middle, and he'll pick up about a handful stacked up around the 17 or 18.
Boy, if you're Union Local and you're on defense, don't be standing around looking at Cisse to see if he's down. He may not be.
They stacked him up, stopping his penetration. Didn't get him down, but stopped the progress after 4 yards. Clock moving along here. Near 9 minutes left to go in our 4th quarter of a 9-point West Muskingum lead.
They're going with that heavy formation. They're going to flip sides on it now.
As they move personnel from left to right, Cisse again gets it. He will not hand it off to Winland. Weren't sure for a second, and then he dives forward to the 20 or so for about 3 more. Going to be awfully close to a first down. Pierce is going to be short on that second down keeper.
I thought Winland was going to get the ball. I mean, I really did. I mean, Cisse, you know, have we found anything that he can't do? I mean, he's got nerves of steel.
So.
He rides that ball in there on Winland's hip and just pulls it at the last second.
8:20 and counting. Ball placed at the 21. Need about 2 yards for a first down here on 3rd down. He's the deep back. There's that I formation look. He gets it. He gets blocks, and he gets a first down run near the 25. It wasn't much. He didn't need much as he's finally taken down by 3 to 4 Jets. Kind of late, but no flag.
Well, the fans were upset. They thought the little contact after the play.
I mean, you're going to get another look at things with this replay brought to you by the Ohio Educational Credit Union. And, you know, he's stacked up right there at the 25. So at that point, what is the point unless the whistles were not actually blown?
Well, you know, as hard as he is to bring down, that's what you had to do on defense. You had to run to him and hit him until the whistle blows.
Got enough for that first down. Needed a couple, got 4. First and 10 at the 25. West End working on the clock. Wendland gets it, cuts right side, and upfield to about the 29 for 4 more. So now it's methodical yards. It's 4 yards. It's 4 yards. It's 4 yards again.
This is what you want. I mean, this the classic, what the NFL calls the 4-minute offense. You know, maintain possession of the ball. Don't take a chance. High percentage plays. If you have to throw the ball, a very high percentage pass. But right now, West End, they could be playing offense with a brick. I mean, they're not throwing that thing anywhere.
And they shouldn't be at this rate. You want to throw off Union Local, but again, it's a little bit of a gamble with a 9-point lead with under now 7 minutes left to play in the game. Win, and they move on to play for another week. It's a fake. It's Anton, a rare carry. He's only had maybe a handful all night long, and he moves it forward near a first down.
Well, we saw him take a shot. It looked like one was on maybe a knee or a thigh or whatever, and he kind of limped around for a while, and then he hadn't really played quarterback a lot. Cece's been taking most of the snaps.
That's close to the marker where he needed to be.
Well, the markers, one guy's moved and the other guy didn't. There we go, fellas.
Which way is it going? It's a first down. They're going to give Anton, we think.
Well, one guy.
So they're going to talk about this. I believe the first down is not in question. It's something else.
Okay. Well, the chain from the original line of scrimmage moved forward, but the chain guy where the first down marker was, the first down mark, he didn't move. And then the clock ran, so they readjusted the clock a little bit. Okay, here we go.
6:53 left to go.
Anton's in at quarterback.
Another fresh set of downs at the 35-yard line. A little movement on the line. Handoff Wendland. Wendland right up the middle, and there he goes. He loves to hop over some would-be tacklers for additional yards, and he gets 6. To the 41-yard line. Back and forth with Cisse, with Wendland. Oh, Anton just had a run, so Union Local's not been able to stop it.
No, they have not. I mean, this is the perfect offense right now to run. Is exactly what West Ham's doing. They're controlling the line of scrimmage. They're picking up 4, 5, 3 yards, 5 yards. They're moving the chains, moving the clock.
Second down and 4. Man in motion. And Anton's going to get this one and hand this one back off to Wendland. Wendland been busy here of late. Gets a first down. There he goes again. More hops.
Look out.
45 of Union Local.
Look out.
And still going inside the 40. 35-30. Where is that man? On the other side of the field, finally about the 30-yard line or maybe inside of it, taken down.
On any other team in this league, he's the star running back.
I've heard that before, like a broken record, and it's true.
You bet.
He showed it right there. Replay can back that up furthermore. As Wendland, you know, he goes hopping over one, hops over another
Boom,
one.
breaks the tackle over another one.
Has some daylight. You think he might be down right up there.
He's still
He's
going. I think you spell tough W-I-N-L-A-N-D.
As West Ham now threatening for a potential game-clinching score, up 9, looking for more. And using that clock, more importantly, go right back to Wendland. Wendland up the middle, 25, maybe near the 24. They'll say 25 with the progress. 4 more yards for Wendland as the Jets converge.
Well, you know, the referees are a little slow on this whistle. The running back's progress is completely stopped, and they're just not blowing the whistle. I'm a little mystified at that.
And so,
but these are all-star crews. These aren't guys who work together all year, and I've never thought that was a good idea. I mean, why would you do that? I mean, these guys are a team just like the guys in the blue jerseys and white jerseys.
now under 5 to go. needing 6 yards from the 25 of the Jets is West M. Anton with 2 backs beside him, and Cisse and Whalen, he fakes and keeps, and he's dropped for maybe a short loss.
Jake Toohey read that right away, made a quick stop. It's going to be 3rd down, about 6.
This final score is in. Harvest Prep is taking care of business tonight, handily at home over the MVL New Lexington Panthers, 55-8, as they poured it on in that second half. Under 4.5 to go in our game here in D5 Region 19. Winner will get Harvest Prep on the road at their place in Canal Winchester next week.
Well, here's the power formation. One lineman comes over to the long side, splits are about an inch apart.
And Cisse looking for that direct snap. Gets it, gets blocks up front, finds a crease inside the 20, drives those legs all the way to the 17 where he's finally wrestled down. 8 more yards and another first down for the Tornadoes.
I mean, is this what methodical looks like? I mean, it's just.
This is a long drive, taking a lot of time off the clock, Doug.
Here we come. We're going to run it between the tackles on every play. We're going to let 14 carry it. We're going to let 10 carry it. We're going to let 3 carry it. They can't stop them.
And even though Union Local has 2 timeouts, they're letting the clock run here as West Muskingum will use a lot of this play clock and game clock. Inside 4 minutes to go, and here
I think we're having a timeout here.
Yeah, here comes your timeout. You're right. Timeout West M. They'll have 2 remaining. That's just to stop a penalty for a delay at 3:37 to go in this one of a 9-point lead. Looking for more. I mean, this drive started way back, Doug, at your own.
I know.
What was it? I think 13-yard line.
They had a penalty on the holding call on the kickoff, half the distance, and I think they were in like 13, 12. I don't know where they were.
And they faced long fields before. Obviously, 99-yard drive to start this half after they stopped Union Local from scoring.
Well, when my brother told me what his impression of Union Local, it's exactly right. They're where they're supposed to be. They're tough kids. But right now, the difference in this game are those 5 offensive linemen for West End, because it doesn't matter who's carrying the ball at this point. You know, if you're in a white shirt, the back of your jersey's dirtier than the front of your jersey if we were on real grass. That's not good.
You mentioned the line for West Muskingum. You know, it was Cisse had given a lot of credit to his offensive line coming into this game to help get the single-season MVL record of 39 touchdowns.
And that was strength against strength. Coach Thompson thought his interior line was his strength, and right now the interior line for West Ham has won that battle all night.
Man in motion, 1st and 10. They place it at the 18 of the Jets. Cisse, short side of the field, doesn't matter. Slips through 1 tackle. Oh, slippery touchdown, Cisse. Gone again. Gone with the wind of the Tornadoes with Cisse.
What a privilege to have seen this kid play for 4 years. Wow. Wow.
18 yards on that run for score for Cisse, 4th of the night. As Cisse continues his magistry down on the field this season. Ups the score to 41-26, 3:29 left to go in this one. Trying to make it a 16-point lead. Still be a 2-score game, technically speaking. It's good. And it's 42-26, so a 16-point cushion with a long field answer drive by West End. That took a lot of time off the clock. In fact, it took over 6 minutes of game time.
Well, I think it's finally dawned on the Union Local Jets that this one's over. I mean, they had a valiant effort. They did not quit. They just could not stop the running attack.
And so
Hank, we've seen these guys play, 6 times now?
This is the 6th time this year. Technically, 5 each for us when we went out a week each. Plenty of chances.
I don't remember a game where they threw the ball so few times.
Yeah, they have run it with authority tonight. I mean, it's been over 90% easily.
You know, if that was a game plan coming in or if that's the game plan that developed. Because, you have a game plan coming in, and it usually is good for about 30 seconds. and then you realize what you can do, what's there, what's not there, and what was there was just cram it down the field and run the football.
Well, when you think about it, West Muskingum had the ball first to start the game. They went 3 and out on a punt.
Yes.
Netted 2 yards. Cisse did not touch the ball. Well, seen plenty of Cisse, and things have really changed since. And here's Union Loco trying to change momentum quickly. They have to. They have any shot at things with 3:24 to go. They're in West M territory with the run back to the 45-yard line.
You know, West End looks great tonight. I mean, they've played well. I think 2 things when I think about them. Their pass defense really needs to be shored up. They only rushed 3 guys most of the night, and they still couldn't cover guys with 8 guys dropped. And the other thing I think is going to catch up with them is this kicking game. I mean, extra point-wise, Silas has that thing nailed. But the kickoffs are so short, they give their opponent – they're at the 45-yard line of West End. So, I mean, that's going to be tough as they progress through the playoffs.
Jets trying to fly down the field quickly, literally. Here we go, looking to pass towards the sideline. Oh, what a catch, inbounds. Oh, and that's a first down over there using balance and the
Did you
feet.
see that? I mean, that was perfectly timed.
And that's the 3rd catch.
First down.
All in this half for the Jets in number 88, Kearns.
Don't tell these guys it's over.
To the 35 of West M, 10 yards on the play.
I think I'd be putting my 2 best defenders on 12 and 20.
It will be first down, 10, 35-yard line, 4 receivers, 3 left. And looking that way, now middle of the field, and nearly intercepted as reading that one. And the Tornadoes could have came up with a dagger, unable to get it.
Was that Wes Houston on that?
It was the linebacker, the junior.
Well, they were trying to get the ball to number 12, Logan Hess. It was just a stop pattern. He ran down, turned around. He was waiting for the ball to hit him in the chest, and it would have had it not been for Wes Houston.
So that one got away. But the game still well in hand currently for West Muskingum, up 16, just over 3 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. As Carpenter out of the shotgun, again with all those receivers out there for him. 3 to the left side, and he's looking down the field to chuck it. He's going to now scoot and throw down that field, and coming back is the receiver, but unable to dive and make a catch. At about the West M 10.
You know, I'd like to see that replay again if we could. It looked to me like Carpenter may have been able to run that ball down the sideline for some yardage, but it wouldn't have been as good as that had that been a completed pass, of course.
Now you get that replay. He was really close to
that
line of scrimmage.
He was, and I think he could have kept that ball and picked up a first down.
And instead, tried to throw it downfield, make a play. It didn't happen. 3rd and 10 now after back-to-back incompletions. 4 receivers to each side. The back slips out of the backfield to the left. He's not looking that way. Downfield instead, up in the air and knocked down at about the West M 10. Schumacher was the intended receiver. As the Tornadoes defensively converge, at times it's worked, other times it's been the Jets making the big plays.
Jake Anton came in, knocked that ball down. Great play from his safety position. I tell you what, Jake Anton, he's hurting a little bit. I mean, he got banged up a little bit on a keep. He ran the ball. He hasn't taken every snap on offense, but he's taking everyone on defense.
Well, hopefully it's not anything long-term because West Muskingum has plans to go long-term and play next week. 4th down and 10. Firing downfield. Kearns, no, he couldn't hang on to it. Would have been plenty enough for a first inside the 20.
Jake Tui, no, Wes Houston, number 9 for West M. Broke that thing up. Guy couldn't hang on to the ball, and Wes made sure he didn't come down with it. And I think we can call this one.
Well, the Jets had opportunities, and right there, Kearns had an opportunity. As he just couldn't make the catch, it would have been enough for that first down.
That would have been a first down.
And Union Local will have still had a little bit of life left in them. Right now, life getting squeezed out of them. 2 timeouts remain with 2:54 to go after failing on 4th down with 4 straight incompletions it turned out to be.
I don't think we've seen 4 straight incompletions all night from Union Local until that series right there.
Have we even seen 4 passes from West Muskingum? So,
no.
Tale of 2 offensive strategies here tonight. West Muskingum will try to run out this clock as Winland gets the carry. Winland with a short gainer, 2, maybe 3, near the 38.
And the Jets will let the clock run on that play.
So did Harvest Prep knock these guys out last year?
Harvest Prep took care of West Muskingum, but it took a while. West End was down only 10 in the third quarter before falling by 31 last year. Yep. They'll get their chance at a rematch.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, that was a game you were not at last year, in fact.
No.
Ted had slid in to witness that game. As West End will have another crack at things, assuming miracles don't happen tonight on this field in the final few minutes for the Jets. There's a fake. It's keep. Kearns there to gobble him up with a couple of other friends for the Jets, and a late flag throwing Cisse down, and Cisse fired up coming back off that turf.
Well, that whistle was clearly blown. The play was over. Cisse had capitulated. He said, okay, you got me, I'm stopped. And to the last minute, the Union local player threw him to the ground, and that was unnecessary.
So the Jets might have had something there,
yes.
But then that happens, personal foul after, he was stopped. He was bottled up right then and there.
He was bottled up. Penalties have hurt the Jets tonight. And on the other hand, West Muskingum played primarily error-free ball all night.
They really have. 2 minutes, 2 seconds left to go. They'll march off the penalty for the personal foul.
Anton threw an interception in the first half. There's no damage. The defense held there at the end of the half.
And that'll move it to the 50-yard line. And, yeah, you can't count the interception at the end of the half. There was the last play of the half. One of the few things that went against West End, you could say, tonight. Yep. Anton will be under center here when he decides to snap things inside of 5 on the play clock. And 1:40 left on the game clock to Winland with the carry. And Winland moves forward, still pile driving for another yard to the 46, 4 yards. Expect your timeout from the Jets here. They had 2 remaining. They will burn one of their final 2. Leaves them with 1. Mentioned Harvest Prep awaits. Tri-Valley and Sheridan moving on to play another week. They were up a couple scores in the fourth quarter. Don't have the finals just yet. But all's well for the teams atop the MVL when I just mentioned those 2 with West End. Home teams, high seeds, deservedly so, defending their home turfs.
I thought John Glenn might come away with the win tonight. I mean, they had a great season. You know, we didn't get to see him. They were kind of like out there in the smoke. We couldn't find him, couldn't see him.
Believe it or not, Matt Everson was 8-2.
Yep. But
right,
going into week 10, they're 8-1. So they had a great season, great turnaround this year for Matt Edwards and the John Glenn team. He does a great job over there and always has.
And the wheels fell off of the away bus for John Glenn last week at Tri-Valley, tonight at Bell Fountain. As the Muskies will fall to 8-3, that we do know. Back to action here, 1:33 left to go. 1 timeout remaining for the Jets. Tornadoes trying to run out the clock with a 2-score lead. They'll flip it to Cisse from Anton. Cisse looks like he's got a first down, and he wants to cut it inside. It made it a little bit closer than maybe it should have or could have been, but he got it to the 39. Thought he might just stay to the outside, but you know why? He wanted to keep that clock running.
That's exactly right.
Now he's got an equipment problem as he checks out. At least for some assistance here with 1:25 and the clock still moving.
Rashid, send in your stand-in.
Is there such a thing?
Send in the rookie. Let him get a couple snaps. You've done it.
Winland out there the deep back.
Yep. This is the
it looks like
this is like the victory formation here to me.
Oh yeah, it looks like West End wants to put a stamp on it for sure. Under a minute to go. 1 timeout left for Bernie Thompson and his Union Local Jets. Doesn't even appear he's going to use it. As he put a knee on it right there, down 16. West End is going to win this thing, and that high-octane offense averaging about 38 a game, scoring 42 or more in 6 of 10 games coming in, puts another 42 on the spot tonight.
Well, I just saw the offense and defensive line shake hands. All night, they're your enemy. And then when it's finally over with, you just kind of look at each other and say, well, nice game. And that's it. I mean, nice job. Great game for West End.
Yeah.
Nice season for the Jets. Came to a close, but they played tough all night. They just ran into a better team.
They really did.
Great coaching job by Nate Brownrigg and his staff. Very, very impressed with the game plan they came in with.
Tornadoes get the win here in this opening round game in Division 5, Region 19. They were the 5 seed coming in, winners of 7 straight. You can now make it 8 straight wins for the Tornadoes as they go to 10-1. Union Local slips to 6-5, losers of 3 of the last 4, including 2 straight. When we come back, Doug, we're not going to leave you out of things, of course, on how this one turned out to be another West Muskingum win. We'll go through those highlights and plenty from you to say as we wrap this one and put a bow on it. The MVL Game of the Week presented by Community Bank.
Judy was able to control herself back.
First part again. Say the first part again. Sorry. Okay. All right. After that, okay. Okay. All right, that sounds good. Sounds good. There we go. What'd Cisse have? 4 touchdowns tonight. Windland had 2.
I'm going to dance.
Dancing outside the stadium, dancing outside the press box with Doug Clifford. There he goes. I'm Hank Alford in a victorious manner here tonight for the West Muskingum Tornadoes. They make it 8 straight wins. They're now 10-1 with this big win over Union Local in playoff action here tonight, 42-26.
Well, you know, I feel like the spread offense is like a disease on American high school football. And tonight I really enjoyed this power running attack, and West Ham just dominated the line of scrimmage. And Winland, Cisse, Anton, that offensive line, they're great. What a game.
Yeah, we roll through those highlights, Doug, if you will. And Rashid Cisse got things scored early for his Tornadoes on a 2-yard run, put his team up 7-0. The answer came right here. 4 touchdown passes tonight, losing effort for Union Local's quarterback in Colby Carpenter, and he found Saunders, who had 3 of them there.
That's going to be a great combination next year, too.
So that made it 7-0 with the extra point good. Here comes West Ham again with Cisse. That was a 24-yard run, 14-7 midway of the second. Winland gets in on the act to make it a 2-score game.
Look at the footwork on this. Oh, yes.
That made it 21-7. 2 rushing touchdowns tonight for Carter Winland. Don't forget about him. Here comes Union Local. Remember those 4 touchdown passes? Here's one of them. Right here again, a deep bomb on a 36-yarder downfield to Dre Saunders, his second of 3 touchdowns.
Well, this kid's a natural receiver.
Jake Anton.
Look at that. It's a pass.
Yeah, Rare went through an INT. That was the end of the first half, but it was Saunders, so, you know, we had to check that. It was Schumacher, rather, with the INT. One of the few mistakes tonight for West Ham. Really wasn't many. That was definitely one, but they would go on to roll as you would see more highlights from the defense this time.
This is a highlight reel in itself. These 4 plays.
Goal line stand. Union Local could have cut it.
Look at that hole.
To 1 with a touchdown there early in the third. They got jacked out on 4 straight run plays. And then here comes West Muskingum finding pay dirt again.
Winland he just followed his blockers. Great job of the line. And Cisse just makes it look too easy.
The Winland touchdown moments ago was from 13 yards out. Again, he had 2 of them from 13 and 10. Cisse had 4 touchdowns on the night. Union Local wasn't done. It seemed like both teams were matching each other, and that meant problems for the Jets, but good things for the Tornadoes since they jumped out to a 2-touchdown lead in the second.
I don't even know if that pass was thrown to Peyton Cosby on purpose, but he's the one that caught it.
Cosby that 1-yard touchdown on 3rd and goal for Union Local, cut the deficit down to 35-26. They would fail on the two-pointer, and then Cisse finished things off. 4 touchdowns tonight. That one from 18 yards out, 43 on the season for Cisse. With just over 3 minutes left to go, West Dem with that extra point would finish off the scoring at 42-26. Doug, as we flip things back around here, you saw plenty of the ground game from the West Muskingum Tornadoes tonight, didn't we? 4 from Cisse, touchdown,
man.
2 from Windland.
I mean, that's all it was. I can't remember a pass in the second half. Maybe they threw one, but, I mean, it was a very impressive running attack.
You know, we have some scores to also show from around the area what happened. We do know New Lexington lost, so let's take a look now at the board. As we see, Harvest Prep took care of New Lexington 55-8 easily. You know our game at the top. Sheridan 42-28. Morgan got a couple scores there to make it tighter. You know, the Raiders always fight the Generals fairly tough. Came up short. Tri-Valley 49-12 all over Buckeye Valley. What a strong second half by the Scotty Dogs. And Bell Fountain all over John Lynn easily 49-7, concluding the Muskies season this year at 8-3. So, Doug, you see the scores there. We obviously had a high-scoring, exciting one here. We'll have another one next week. They'll be on the road against Harvest Prep, the 4th-seeded team in the region. West Ham, the 5 seed, so that means they go back for a rematch next week at Canal Winchester to take on Prep.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how the Tornadoes handle that game. I mean, that's who put them out last year. They're primarily back intact, the Tornadoes are. So that should be a very interesting matchup.
Yeah, and Rosecrans was losing also tonight in Division 7. So the home teams, the teams favored with the home games tonight, West Ham here, and then also Tri-Valley and Sheridan getting the job done to move on to play more playoff football action next week while other teams bail out and end their season. And, oh, by the way, Philo didn't play due to illness within the school. We didn't mention that, I don't think, earlier. So the electric season came to an early end.
So they were going to play who?
It was going to be Bishop Hartley tonight.
So they just had a forfeit then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So the electric season for Dirk Lincecum ended early before it even started in the playoffs. So there you have a wrap on Week 11 and the playoffs here tonight at Whirlwind Stadium. What a victorious night and a game for these West Muskingum Tornadoes as we look forward to next week.
Well, now all we got to do is go find Pete Woods and see what happened to all those pizzas.
Yeah, we would like to know that, wouldn't we? All right, so that's the end of this one. West Ham 42. Union Local 26, the Tornadoes victorious. They make it 8 wins in a row. They'll play again next week. Tune in for that. Have a great week and weekend, everybody.